But they never said hello or anything like that.
Sleep pickup.
Just dead air.
There you go.
And I said, Coach. Hey, Coach. Coach, you there? I could hear her in the background. But it was like he picked up his phone and just set it on the
Well, yeah, because then it won't ring anymore. Then it won't ring anymore.
Who the heck's calling me at 7:20 in the morning?
Just got to bed.
Yeah, I just fell
You
asleep.
sleep on the plane too.
Yeah, I just fell asleep. Yeah, Winnipeg's. I'm not real familiar with my Canadian geography. I know how far.
It's in the middle of nowhere.
I know how far
that.
Calgary is north, and then I know Edmonton is way the hell further north than Calgary.
Yeah.
Winnipeg is just north of Minnesota and North
Oh,
Dakota.
yeah, that's not bad.
That's not terrible.
But I'm thinking, Alberta, Edmonton and Calgary are in Alberta. Winnipeg's in Manitoba.
Oh, there you go. Is this your wife? Did you
Canadian geography history with
This
Shark?
really is. This tell me all the provinces.
I think it's you,
Province.
it's you from watching Jeopardy all those years with
You got
Alex.
Prince Edward Island and Newfoundland and, Ontario,
Okay, how many-
and
Is
Nova
Newfoundland-
Scotia,
is
British
Newf-
Columbia.
Is Newfoundland
Hold on.
or
Is
Prince
there one
Edward
more?
Island?
Is that it? Is there? I thought there was 5 provinces.
Oh, no, there's like 11.
We'll keep going.
You look it up and tell me how many there are, and I'll tell you what they are.
Okay. You know what? This is great. Last night they had Celebrity Jeopardy on, by the way, too.
Did Katie Nolan win?
She did.
She's my favorite.
Dude, it is remarkable. I forget some of the stuff. I'm looking.
I didn't watch it last night.
Oh my god!
I went to bed at 8. I went to bed at 8:45
I
last
blew
night.
up on my daughter. We're watching this, and I forget what one of they had. Well, they had idioms with like animals in there, like, and then they would have the abbreviation for it. And what is this? It was like, whatever it would be. It'd be like, your goose is cooked. There's plenty of fish in the sea. But they would have the abbreviations, and you would have to answer it. And then I don't know, they had some other one that was about authors or something like that. And they showed this picture. First of all, one of the answers, they showed a picture of Billy Crystal and said, this. So I'm like, how the heck do we not know? I have no idea what the name of the movie would have been. When he was in, this man starred in this Broadway performance here. Like, well, that's Billy Crystal, obviously. I know him. That's easy. But they had something up there. They showed a picture. It was the same one of this older lady, a black and white picture, probably from, turn of the century. The last century, not the most recent. And my daughter yells out Helen Keller. I go, it's not Helen Keller. She was blind and deaf. How is she supposed to be a writer? I got upset about that.
Who was it?
I don't know. And then my wife goes and pulls up a picture of Helen Keller and sends it to me. And she's like, in all fairness, this lady looks like she could have been Helen Keller. I'm like, you're not wrong in saying that, but it could not have been whatever the topic was.
Yeah, your daughter was using context clues. It was a black and white picture from around that time period.
What were some of the other ones in there? It was just, it was great. It was her.
I can't bring myself to watch Celebrity Jeopardy.
It's so great. I go, this, oh man, it was basically, it was like watching SNL. Watching Celebrity Jeopardy now has turned into watching SNL Celebrity Jeopardy for me.
Shark, there are 10 provinces in Canada. 10 of them.
All right, let me start out west. You got British Columbia,
Yep.
Alberta,
Yep.
Manitoba.
Yep.
There's a Saskatchewan in there.
Saskatchewan.
There is an Ontario.
There is an Ontario.
Let me see here. Montreal is in Quebec.
Yeah.
Nova Scotia,
Yep.
Newfoundland,
Yes.
8.
Prince Edward Island.
Prince Edward
9.
Island is 9.
Oh, 9. Can we get it all?
None of it. Nunavut.
No, that is a territory.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Is there a Northern Territory? Northern Territories?
This is a tough one.
They're all tough. Who knows any of these? I know like 3 of
No,
them.
you would know more. You would know, Bob. You would know.
I've never heard of half of those places.
Never heard
I
of
told you.
You've
I've
never heard of
said-
Saskatchewan?
If you would have said it was Celebrity Jeopardy, city or state, Saskatchewan, I probably would have said city.
That's where Moose Jaw is.
What's that?
What am I forgetting?
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Not Old Brunswick, but New Brunswick.
I couldn't tell you where New Brunswick is on a map. I have no idea. It's on the east. It's on the east coast. Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, and then New Brunswick. Then it goes into the Quebec.
I mean, I could probably get British Columbia. I could get Nova Scotia. The stuff in the middle of the sandwich.
You would
there.
get Ontario.
Ontario city or state? I'm not positive.
Come on,
sometimes.
that's where Toronto is.
Okay, I could get Quebec because I know the French. That's the French little part there.
Yeah.
But
Ottawa.
outside of that, I
Can
don't.
you name the territories?
What's the difference between territories and states?
None of it.
Provinces.
Yeah, you got that. That's a territory.
Nineveh? Thought that was biblical.
Jonah and the whale.
Yeah.
No, I can't name it.
Yukon and then the Northwest Territories are the three territories of Canada.
Wait, is that Yukon Cornelius? Is that where he's from?
Yeah, it is where he's from. Yeah,
Up there?
he's up
Okay.
there just hammering away with that pickaxe.
So when you click on the Yukon, it says notable
Alumni?
notable alums, Yukon Cornelius. Okay.
That's what he's got. That's what they're doing up
You
there.
got something going now. Now we figured this thing out. I mean, I know I love World War history. I love Civil War history. I love America. I know a lot about American history, and that's part of the reason I enjoy today in history though this much. I'm always adding, hopefully, pieces to that pie. I could name probably 45 of the 50 capitals. I'd feel pretty good about that. I don't know if I can
Come
get all 50.
on. You could name all 50.
Probably, if you gave me enough time. The only reason I could do
Nevada.
that is we used to play Reno. No, Carson City.
yeah,
Carson
there
City.
you
We used to play the map game,
Oh, that's
the
great.
state game, when I would drive with my wife prior to smartphones and the fact that I could watch movies. Then by later, I'd watch a movie while I was driving, but we would pull out my dad bought us a big atlas.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
like the huge size. I don't know.
The gigantic one.
Probably 17 page. Every state had a page. Some state had like 2 pages. Ohio had North and South. California might have 3. I don't know. And in there, they would have the state, like what the state was, the capital, like what the state motto was,
nickname of the state.
the state nickname,
Bird,
State bird.
population, all that stuff. And so we would go through and we would just flip the page and
It's like flashcards.
guess back and forth. And so we'd go through it and you'll give some hints like Nevada. It's the land of enchantment.
No, that's New Mexico.
Or New Mexico, New Mexico.
A lot of New Mexico. There it's out
New
there
Mexico,
somewhere.
the land of enchantment. But like you just see those, and it's like Santa Fe is the capital. I mean,
Yes.
it's just you learn that there's 5 states, I believe, that have presidents as their capitals.
Oh, Jefferson City,
Missouri, that's right.
Lincoln, Nebraska.
That's 2.
Madison, Wisconsin.
That's 3. The other 2 are southern states.
Jackson, Mississippi.
And actually, not southern state. The other one is a neighboring state adjacent to us.
Harrisburg?
I believe that's it.
Well,
No, maybe not. Maybe it's not Harrisburg.
Harris.
William Henry Harrisonburg?
Yeah.
There's another one.
The ones that always screwed me up were North and South Dakota. I know Bismarck is the capital of one, and Pierre.
Bismarck's north, Pierre's south.
Okay. I always get that mixed up. Which one is
Well,
which?
you always remember.
And also-
it's lucky to be on bottom. The lucky Pierre.
All right. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go alphabetical order. B comes before P, so B is on top of P. Now, here's another one, Bob, that'll blow your mind. For 60 years, I called it Pierre. And then I ran into somebody who was from the Dakotas and said it's actually Pierre.
Okay, it's actually 4. You got them all. My grandma used to tell me 5. Maybe I'm misremembering that.
lying.
Well, maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe she just considered Harrisonburg after William Henry Harrison. I don't know. I swear I thought that was the other one. Because 5 has always kind of stumped me. I swear my grandma told me that.
Well, you said adjacent state, and I was thinking President Bloomington or Indianapolis or...
Bloomington, that's not. Indianapolis is the capital.
Marion,
I know.
Marion, Ohio, capital. That's capital of our state, right?
There we go. You learn something new every day.
A lot
here.
of presidents from
Here you
Ohio
go. Can you
came.
name 5 state capitals that are named after explorers?
No, I can't.
Well,
Columbus.
We live in one. Come on.
Columbus.
Say we get the one. Carson City is named after Kit Carson. Raleigh after Sir Walter
Yeah.
Raleigh. Columbus, obviously. Columbia named after Christopher Columbus as well. South Carolina. And
They just
then
put a little.
Pierre, PA, is named after Fort Pierre, which was named after Pierre Chateau.
I think that guy was
Jr.,
lying to you.
the
I think
French
it's Pierre.
perpetrator. Oh.
It can't be Pierre.
Pierre.
That's like when someone told me
I
that.
just stumbled on this website. How about this? This is terrible. We have 6 of our 50 states have capitals with French names. That's embarrassing. I got into today in history, and they were talking about how Germany when they invaded the Rhineland. And you know how like this happened? So France had all of these alliances after World War I to make sure that they just didn't get steamrolled by the Germans again. Mm-hmm. And it was like Poland. It was their Eastern allies, Czechoslovakia, I think, Russia. There was someone else in there. And so they're in the League of Nations. You know, they have all this stuff together. So Germany invades the Rhineland. France does nothing. And so they're like, their Eastern allies are like, well, if you're not going to defend your own land,
why are we?
So they're like, since France acquiesced on it, then none of them else came to their aid. And frankly, I'm not going to blame them. If you're not going to help yourself, why am I going to go in there and bail you out? And if France would have probably presented any resistance at all, it would have probably bit the head off the snake earlier. But thanks to the French, which we have 6 capitals named after, for heaven's sake.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge is one. Pierre is another. We got Vermont always gets me.
Montpelier.
There you go. Baton Rouge. Boise out west. How'd they get that?
That's French?
Yeah. Boise. It's got an E on the end. Boise. I'm going, this is the website.
Ohio has an O on the end. That didn't make it French.
Des Moines.
Yeah.
The land of chops.
Yeah.
And then for the French-Canadian gold prospector, Joseph Junot.
Oh, Alaska.
Really?
Juneau, Alaska.
How about that? That's great stuff.
This website I stumbled on was great. We might just do state trivia here so we can get on the same plane as Mr. Hyphenator, Jean-Luc, who just took his civics test, who probably knows all these answers.
We're the girthiest radio station in the history of radio. Uncomfortably girthy. This promo is uncomfortable. The Fan, Ohio's girth destination.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. We're dealing.
Meijer knows that Thanksgiving is a time to come together, eat together, and share together. This week, when you buy Meijer brand foods, our Simply Give program will feed up to 4 million neighbors in need. So when you bring that perfectly fluffed stuffing to the table, the cranberry sauce and green bean casserole, you're actually bringing more good to more neighbors. Let's bring more good to Thanksgiving with Meijer brand and Simply Give. Exclusions apply. See Meijer.com for details.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things I love to do...
Let's play something, Grandma.
...became difficult as I got older.
If you have occasional stabbing and burning in your hands and feet, try Nervive Nerve Relief. Nervive's clinically studied dose of alpha-lipoic acid reduces occasional nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days with continued daily use. Say yes to healthy nerves with Nervive Nerve Relief. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The smarter way to clean your floors. It's time to make the swap. Swiffer Power Mop.
Introducing the new Swiffer Power Mop, the all-in-one tool that gives you a mop and bucket clean in half the time. The solution's built right in, so no heavy bucket, and the pad has hundreds of scrubbing strips to get deep into grout. Don't mop harder, mop smarter.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
The Columbus Gun Show at the Ohio Expo Center this weekend. Everything you need for the shooting sports and self-defense. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4. Coupon and more info at cegunshows.com.
Just in case you've been living under a rock, it's Bake Michigan Week. Join our expert hosts and sensational guests as we shoot the breeze about the Bucks and the cheating-ass cheaters.
Everyone knows Michigan cheats.
Your home of the Buckeyes.
Michigan cheats over everything.
The Fan.
Hi, Timmy Hall here with Ohio State student-athlete, defensive tackle Hero Canoe.
What's up, everyone? Let's talk about something special this holiday season. Nationwide Children's Hospitals Light Up the Lawn campaign.
Join me in Hero and become a hero yourself when you donate to support Nationwide Children's Hospital. The moment you donate, the butterflies on the lawn light up for patients and families to see.
And not only that, with every gift, you are supporting life-saving care and research. Join us in making a difference.
So please, give now at nationwidechildrens.org/give.
Now,
In our last session, you said you were hearing noises.
Terrible noises.
Tell me more.
Same time every morning.
Can you describe them?
Well, it starts like yee and then turns into woo woo woo.
Indeed. And does it also come with a...
That's exactly what it is. How did you know, Doctor?
This is a symptom of not having an Apex Pros water heater.
Doctor, I know my husband, and he would never...
And the sound then goes yip yip woo woo woo. I'm writing you a prescription for an Apex Pros water heater.
You really think this will help?
Apex Pros, the pros who knows. First you doubt me, then you doubt the pros who knows.
I'm not doubting. I just didn't think my husband would make such
The unnecessary suffering of surprise cold water. I've seen it 1,000 times. Apex Pros even has tankless solutions that provide never-ending warm water.
Wow.
The crazy sounds will go away by tomorrow. Now here's my bill. Now about that sound.
It's Alex the Apex Bear. We are the pros who knows. The official plumber of the Columbus Blue Jackets. ApexPros.com.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
Let's take a listen back to when we were awesome. You're listening to the best of Morning Juice. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
So this all started, Shark, on a dream that you had. Will you, if you weren't listening yesterday, will you recap this dream that you were having for us?
I hadn't gotten much sleep on Wednesday. All right, because I stayed up during the day to watch the Guardians game, so I didn't get to bed till like 3:45. I was up at 8:30. And so at midnight, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go take a nap for an hour before I have to get up and come into work. And during that hour, at the end of that hour, I had one of those nightmares that happens occasionally where I'm getting ready to do my Sports Center update and the bed fires for the music, and I don't have any copy in front of me. And so now I've got to ad-lib the sportscast, and it was just awful. I'm sure my heartbeat was racing in my sleep, but the alarm went off, and I was just thrilled when I realized that it was all just a dream.
So on the heels of that, we played this, which is a real-life example
Sports Radio
of this happening.
97.1 FM, Sports Center.
Good evening, I'm Tim Hall, getting ready for some hockey tonight. You'll get the Columbus Blue Jackets just a couple games away from getting to 500. They will take on the New York Rangers today in New York. Yes, coming up here at 6:45. Your coverage on The Fan. Puck drop will be at 7 o'clock. That one will be an interesting game for sure. College football, Mac Brown getting ready to coach Texas in the Alamo Bowl against Oregon. He says his job situation has not changed. He also said he's still looking forward to meeting with President Bill Powers and Athletics Director Steve Patterson to the NFL. Good one tonight for Thursday Night Football. The Chargers are in Denver to take on the Broncos.
Are you out of breath? Do you need a second?
On NFL Network.
I'll just talk for a second.
I am completely out of breath.
What were you doing, running down the hall?
Running down the hall. Printer is out of paper. Can't get a soundbite in.
All right.
Absolute total train wreck.
All right, so that's what it sounds like if you don't have a script, right? Like, it could be a disaster. And it's live radio. Things happen.
There's nobody that can ad-lib quite like Tim Hall.
And if there is a person who can do it on the fly, it's Tim.
Timmy.
Got the Rangers in town tonight. That one should be an interesting one. Giving commentary on his own Sports Center
script. That's the best part. Like, the updates are supposed to be like sheerly factual information.
Correct. Right.
But Tim loves to give his opinion on what he thinks is going to happen too.
So this was me. So during Behind Radio here, during Ohio State Network broadcasts, like usually you hear Skip if you're listening to football or you're listening to basketball. Skip will give like a college football or college basketball scoreboard update. And that thing isn't just locally here. Like that is on the network, right? So that's like however many stations
Into
that we
the
have.
ether sphere.
It just goes into the ether and it's all around the state. So however many affiliates too, like that goes. So
thousands.
Skip is thousands of affiliates.
Yes.
I don't
Those
know about
watching
that.
in studio and the millions watching around the world.
It's true. So Skip, for some reason, I know what was going on. This was an Ohio State basketball game that was being played on the afternoon of the Big Ten Championship football game. That's what was going on. So we were going into a basketball game on the same day as a football game.
That sounds like poor planning.
So Skip was in Indianapolis. So for some reason, Skip asked me to do like his duties, where I did like a pregame interview with somebody, and then I had to do like the network updates. Here is me doing an update on the network where my voice just stops working in the middle of it. Conference championship weekend in college football. Ohio State getting ready to take on the Wisconsin Badgers tonight.
Are you getting mugged?
Excuse me. Had a little Paul Keels action right there. Badgers tonight from Lucas Oil Stadium. Ryan Day knows it's going to be a tough task.
Yeah, I thought they did a great job against us, especially in the first half. So
Tim texted me
it
after.
It sounded like someone came in and like just put like a gag ball in your mouth.
I'm telling you, my voice just stopped working. It just stopped. And so Tim is texting me because he's listening. I think he's over at the arena, like engineering the game for, I think, Matt and Ronnie at that point. And my voice just stopped working to me. He's texting me. He's like, are you okay? Did you have a stroke?
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but my voice was just gone. So again, we're doing live radio. Yeah, I can't edit that out. That's on the network too. So that's not only going here to Columbus, like that's going out everywhere.
Guy.
Yeah, what's he got going on here?
Just get mugged at the station. Some guy come up behind him with some chloroform.
It does. It does sound like I was getting choked. Wisconsin Badgers tonight.
If I didn't know any better, I was just listening to that. I would think that this was like a situation where like John Wick came in here and tried to murder you. Mm-hmm. And you just, throat punch, excuse me.
So that happened. But before that, this is an all-timer. So during the Buckeye Show, when we kick back in, like if we're going back to ESPN Radio or we're joining an event, and you know this, Bob, doing Sirius Radio too, that there's a thing that's called a hard out. So we don't have that during our show because Uncle Bo comes up after we're done. So we're live. So we don't have to worry about, we have break times that we don't listen to very well on the show. But a hard out is you have to hit the minute and the second. So like our out time technically for this show is 8:56:40. But on that show, if you're going into network coverage, you have to hit it on the second.
Yeah.
All right. So when I first started doing that show, my least favorite part about doing that was the hard out. I always got a panic in my mind because I'm like, okay, you're trying to count down.
Don't blow this.
You're trying to count down the amount of time. Like, how much time can I do content? I got to tease what's coming up next. Okay, got to get out. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Like, we got to do that whole thing. But it has to be like within a 10-second countdown. So I wasn't familiar with doing that, and I was always very uncomfortable. So this happened when I was trying to do a hard out heading into a Jackets game. And I know Shark hasn't heard this before. I don't know if you have heard this before, but this happened to be one of the first Buckeye shows that I was doing leading into a hard out.
You already know this, but a former Buckeye, Ryan Dzingel, was traded to the CBJ. What can we expect out of him tonight as the Jackets square off with the Flyers? You're listening to the Buckeye Show right here on The Fan.
Locally owned and operated.
That's pretty good.
I messed up Blue Jackets and square off, and I took the two words and combined them.
You finger nutted yourself.
I don't know what I did, but it was pretty bad.
That's good. I like it. Yeah.
I guess the most my Twitter has ever blown up to after that
Oh,
hard
listen, viral beam. People loved it.
Giving a heart out a whole new meaning.
Oh, well, that is. That's the hardest of outs.
It's live radio. Things can happen. Like Shark dropping an F-bomb in a Sports Center update.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember it.
It did not make the airwaves.
Are you sure about that?
Thank goodness we were in delay.
And that's why we're on a 16-second delay in radio.
There you go.
I mean, we were just listening. I don't know. I was in studio, Bob. I don't know. Because there was a weird time when we were doing the show that you were over in the crew studio doing it. I don't know if you were at home doing it. So maybe you had to. Maybe you just weren't listening. But Sharky starts an update, and you were recording an update, and you obviously just didn't edit it out. You messed something up, and then just dropped an F-bomb.
You had to dump a recorded update.
That's
amateur hour.
6:00:25.
It was the first one.
First one in the morning.
Wow. Probably I don't remember. I may not have been listening.
Hey, it's live radio. Anything can happen. Do you have one, Shark, that you
the fun and drama
that you remember more than the F-bomb?
No.
You've done. You're a professional.
Now I spent many years hitting hard outs, so I had plenty of practice with that. And then when I was doing the Buckeye show, my producer Hondo, he would play a music bed underneath me that was timed perfectly
Like a young, good producer.
and exactly when it was supposed to. And so even if I finished 5 seconds early, that Buckeye battle cry or whatever was playing underneath me would take us right to the hard out. But yeah, that is a little tricky.
I don't like those at all. I despise them.
Well, every RXM, it's every top of the hour, so
Yeah.
you have to hit 3 of them a show. So you just get used to it. But
But doing it for the first couple of times, it's terrifying. Which then provided you with calling the Blue Jackets the Jackoffs, which was great content out of me.
It is.
I guess.
You're a content creator, man.
I guess so.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
I'm Rick Reichard. Get Black Friday pricing now at Reichard Ford because we're dealing. Everyone knows that Black Friday is a wild time to buy a car. And here at Reichard Ford, we've already dropped our prices to get you the best Black Friday deal out there. Fresh incentives from Ford have just been announced. So, guess what? You want the best Black Friday selection? You want to save more with Super Sale Black Friday pricing? You want to skip the Black Friday insanity? You get all that this week at #1 Reichard Ford. New 2024 F-150s available with 1.9% APR financing or get up to $8,000 off MSRP. Save up to $10,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Broncos. 100 to choose from. Save more money and shop the best selection now at Reichard Ford's Black Friday sale, the largest volume Ford dealer in Ohio at Route 33 and Hamilton Road, 2 minutes off 270, and at ReichardFord.com. Based on 2023 Ford report for total new retail sales. Cincinnati region offers end 1202 on approved credit.
Get the right car at Reichard.
We're dealing. Celebrate football season with the one and only Schmitz. A Columbus tradition like no other, Schmitz has been serving up delicious Bahama Mamas, sausages, cream puffs, and more for well over a century. Stop into the historic German Village restaurant for lunch or dinner. And after your meal, bring home the most delicious tailgate spread for the big weekend. Schmidt's Sausage Haus in historic German Village or online at schmidthaus.com. Why tailgate when you can Schmidtgate?
'Tis the season to be hungry at Roosters. That's why for every $50 spent on Roosters gift cards, you'll receive a $10 Rooster Buck back in your stocking. May your holidays be filled with friends and family, love and laughter, and of course, Roosters Wings. Go to roosterswings.com today or drop by any Roosters location to purchase your $50 holiday gift cards and receive a $10 Rooster Buck in return. Happy holidays from all of us at Roosters. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Much like a vampire, we need to be invited into your house. But once we're in, we never leave. Listen to The Fan on your Alexa or Google Home smart speaker. Just say play 97.1 The Fan and prepare to be amazed. Do it now.
This Thanksgiving, after you're recovering from your hump day reward stack from FanDuel, we're serving up epic moments with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now, new customers, all you got to do is bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel app, Beam, it serves up all the the ingredients you need to place live bets, same game parlays, and so much more.
Got the Bears and the Lions, the Giants at the Cowboys, and then you got the Dolphins at the Packers for your nightcap, Shark. I know one thing's for certain. You're rolling with the Lions.
Mom always told me never bet against the Lions on Thanksgiving. Plus, when you win, you're going to get paid instantly. Just visit FanDuel.com/juice to join today and get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win with your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com/juice. Make this Thanksgiving extra special with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road before you can count all the change in your center console. Cha-ching, baby. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Those other guys' drain cleaning specials seem like a great deal until you realize the only thing really going down your drain is your money. At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Our service doesn't just clear your drains, it cleans them too. Get it done right the first time with the Waterworks.
FX's Say Nothing.
We thought joining the IRA was the noblest thing a person could do.
Northern Ireland, 1971.
They could beat us, they could shoot us, but the one thing they could never get us to do was talk.
Based on the true story and the New York Times bestseller.
You were taught that you were fighting in the name of the people. And I think people should know that it's all lies.
FX's Say Nothing. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
When I pull up to the parking lot, it's time to level up. Dial in, showing out for your team. Listen up, get you some. Stand the fan to give you what you need. Fan fuel, game time. Turn up the intensity. Team colors bleeding out. 5-hour energy. For a limited time, get the fan fuel flavor at 5hourenergy.com.
It was so good the first time, we just had to shove it down your ear hole again. This is the best of Morning Juice on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Shark, you're our resident hockey expert.
What do you want to know, Bob?
Shark on Sports.
I'm trying to administer the daily fan poll.
What did we
I
decide?
supplied that to you at 5 o'clock this morning.
I know, but I've been busy, and I'm putting it on there now, and you keep interrupting me.
Been busy? Shark, come on. I mean, this has
been very busy.
This has been an average performance by you today at
Come
best.
on. That's wrong, Bob. I gave you three good sound bites during this date in history, plus
Coach,
a couple good songs. And
you did give me some good songs.
I gave you 3 really solid quick hitters.
The fact you had no Bob Uecker in there, that might have been the big. I gave you a reason to watch a movie that I know that you love about your favorite team.
I ran out of time, Bob. I ran out of time. I get the studio.
I'm going to come in at 2 o'clock and see what you
I get the studio, the Blue Jacket studio, for an hour after the show every morning. And then Bob Taylor comes in. So I have to get all my work done in that first hour. I had commercials to cut yesterday. I had a lot of things going on. And so I had to come in this morning and cut some. So just a look behind the curtain here. I had to come in this morning and start cutting up things for you, and cutting up Blue Jacket sound, and cutting up women's basketball sound, and doing conference championship
You think
previews.
anybody's going to listen to that Jacket sound today?
Well, I got to put it on there for the whole state of Ohio.
Listen,
people don't realize that, Shark. I mean, you're in charge of of radio sound across the
Just give an update and then just be like, here's your Jacket sound for the day. Shark on the Jackets. The Jackets won over the Flames.
Just give a Timmy Hall Sports Center vibe, Shark, where you say the fact
With
and
some
then you give your opinion on it.
Embedded in there is a little bit of commentary.
So the way that we did updates. So I don't know how you do updates, Shark. When I was doing updates, I would write my script out, like word for word. You would kind of know, like, all right, what's 60 seconds? Like I write my script out. Do you?
Yes, but it's 90 seconds.
Well, yeah, 90 seconds for the ONN, 60 seconds for what you hear on this radio station. So it gives me great anxiety when I see Tim's update sheet, because Tim doesn't have like word for word. Paul Keels does word for word. Matt Andrews does word for word. Like it's a script. You're reading off of the
I've
script.
watched Paul Keels. I've watched him wing it. He'll just have some scores and stuff before.
Sometimes you can do that.
Paul's also been doing radio for like 50
and Paul's
years.
the GOAT, all right? Paul can do what he wants to do. and Tim comes in with just like 5 bullet points. And I'm like, dude, how do you do that? And we've gotten some great collapses of SportsCenter updates over the years because of it.
It's been tremendous. You know who else tried to do that for a while? And he no longer does these. But Chops was doing updates.
Mm-hmm.
And Chops, like, I found it a lot easier just to write down this. I'm like, oh, yeah, the work on the front end is less, but the quality of your production is significantly less as well. Because you just meander around in there, and it's a live update that you really didn't write out anything that you really needed to. So your timing wasn't great, and then you were trying to fill, and your transitions were not desirable.
This is why we get so many gems, old gems like this.
This is Sports Radio 97.1
This is an all-time.
Sports Center.
Nothing.
Good evening, I'm Tim Hall, getting ready for some hockey tonight. You'll get the Columbus Blue Jackets just a couple games away from getting to 500. They will take on the New York Rangers today in New York. Yes, coming up here at 6:45. Your coverage on the Fan. Puck drop will be at 7 o'clock. That one will be an interesting game for sure. College football, Mac Brown getting ready to coach Texas in the Alamo Bowl against Oregon. He says his job situation has not changed. He also said he's still looking forward to meeting with President Bill Powers and Athletics Director Steve Patterson to the NFL. Good one tonight for Thursday Night Football. The Chargers are in Denver to take on the Broncos.
Are you out of breath? Do you need a second?
On NFL Network.
I'll just talk for a second.
I am completely out of breath.
What were you doing, running down the hall?
Running down the hall. Printer is out of paper. Can't get a soundbite in. All right. Absolute total train wreck. Robert Griffin III for the Redskins. They say, guys, that he's going to be the starter coming into next season as well.
Oh man, it's an all-timer from Tim. It's an all-timer.
I'm glad Mike noticed the same thing that I did.
First of all, why are you out of breath? Why are you gasping for air? Why are you why do your swallows sound so enunciated?
That's a good one.
That should be a good one tonight.
Jackets playing Edmonton. The Predators out
the Rangers tonight. That one should be fun.
That one should be fun. Chargers. That was so good. Mac Brown said his job status hasn't changed.
The fact that Mike jumps in, asks him that question, and then with 10 seconds left to go in the update, Robert Griffin III, he's going to be good to go for this weekend. That's what happens when you don't write scripts.
Yeah. Well, apparently he tried. Printer was out of ink, allegedly. Not sure if that's the case. Or here's the other thing, folks, like a little inside radio behind the curtain. You could go in maybe 10 minutes before and you can record them. And if it's not good, you can record it a second time and you're in a stale environment. You can look at your clock, you can piece stuff together, and then it sounds really natural and no one really knows.
Yeah. I used to do a hybrid of that when we were doing college football Saturdays, because our updates used to be 90 seconds. So if Ohio State had like a 3:30 game, I would do or an 8 o'clock game, pregame, whatever. I would do the first 45 seconds talking about the Buckeye game coming up and like play some sound. At that point it was Urban Meyer, but some like player sound from the week. So I would do 45 seconds of pre-recorded talking and previewing the Buckeye game. And then after that, it would just be the bed music, and then I would rattle off the scores for the next 45 seconds. I mean, there are a multitude of ways to be able to get things done. Like Shark, I don't know if I want to reveal your secrets. Like Shark records his updates. Like those aren't.
Because he's doing a lot. Him and Reese are.
And there's nothing going on right now that is live.
He's not updating this on this Zverev and Medvedev.
That's true.
Aussie Open, Shark.
Now you do.
How am I supposed to know exactly what the score is if I'm driving to work?
You guys will give them. We know that Djokovic lost. I had that in my Sports Center, but I can remember doing those. You're talking about doing those. I did the post game updates, and so you're writing down scores. Illinois leads Iowa 17-14 in the fourth quarter.
Well, that's a game that everyone's locked in on.
You're just giving the Ohio State won today, you're giving the details, and then you're writing down these scores that you're giving, across the country, top ranked, Alabama leads, whatever. And And that those scores are constantly changing. Mm-hmm. So when you type it up and then you go into the studio, the scores have changed. So you're there on your phone.
Yeah, and you're looking at your phone,
putting scratches down, and then you got to listen to the music to know when the updates. There's a lot that goes into that. And it's not as easy as it sounds.
You know what I think we should do?
It sounds easy as Sunday morning.
It's not easy.
I think what we should do is give Bob 2 weeks to prepare, and then have Bob do a live Sports Center. Bob should do updates for a day.
But you have to get the tag in there.
I get the tag
endorsement before the music runs
I cut
out.
all my own spots.
How long do you need to be able to prepare for the Sports Center update?
As long as you give me the tag, I could.
Write one up.
All right. We're going to start letting you do the Sports Center updates.
Listen, you have to renegotiate everything with Cody. That's not in my deal. But I could do that. I do all my own stuff.
Hey, why the fan poll's not in my deal? Why is that on me? Why do I have to do that?
Because you've been doing it for so many years. Your grandfather didn't, Beam.
Is that the reason?
That's what they said when you took over with Bo, and you guys got the first. Whoever had the first spot of the day.
Yeah,
believe me, Matt. I think it was Matt was with us when you guys opened that up. He was so excited when. You guys, because Chops used to create them.
Well, yeah, Chops used to do it because I moved to 6 to 8 with Tim on the Buckeye Show.
That's right.
And then somehow it found its way back to me. It's like a heat-seeking missile.
When I would fill in for Tim on Tim and Beanie, which was, when did they come on at 10?
10 to noon, yeah.
When we still had Mike and Mike on or whatever, yeah. I'd have to come up with that daily fan poll. That was the worst part of my job.
It's the worst part of my job when you ask me every segment.
But I was the host. I was the on-air host. The producer wasn't coming up with the poll.
I'll give you a fan poll every day as long as you
Bob,
put
your
up.
fan polls are
risque.
Yes.
But they will get a lot of traction.
Not always.
Well, they will.
Common Man has spent the past 18 years telling you how much he hates people. And yes, that probably means you, too. Common Man and T-Bone.
Weekdays at 3.
The Fan.
Football fans, meet your new full-service auto partner, Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. From Honda to Ford to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, we have the perfect vehicle for every football fan. Stuck on the road? Our 24/7 towing and roadside assistance is just one call away. And our convenience service means no hassle, just great service. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. For unbeatable deals and unbelievable service, visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Kurgis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Kurgis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
If a friend asks how you're doing, and you say,
I'm okay.
When the truth is,
I don't want my problems to burden anyone.
Or you say,
hang it in there.
Because
if I ask for help, they'll just think I'm weak.
Then this is your sign to call, text, or chat 988 for free, confidential support. Anytime. You don't have to hide how you feel.
Guess what? Our ugly faces are on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan and watch all your favorite shows. Laptop, phone, tablet, smart TV, we're everywhere. Bring us in the bedroom with you. Yes, The Fan.
Tickets for the 2025 Memorial Tournament presented by Workday are now on sale with special offers only through December 5th. Walk the rope line. Witness iconic shots by golf's best. Join the crowd roars. The experience is yours, and it's second to none. Be there May 26th through June 1st. Take advantage of best ticket pricing and waived fees now through December 5th. Visit memorialtickets.com today.
Toyotathon is on, and it's the perfect time to wrap up the year with a new RAV4, America's best-selling SUV. Now through December 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on a new 24 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Excludes RAV4 Prime. Or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $309 a month for 39 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details. Or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
My name is Luke Bryan. Country music is my life, and I want to share it with y'all.
It's All Country is now streaming on Hulu.
And with the help of Luke Combs, Kane Brown, Lady A, Winona Judd, Sheryl Crow, and Mickey Guyton, we're going to explore everything country.
You couldn't ask for anything more than that.
When everybody brings their story, it really becomes something special.
That is the beautiful side of country music.
In the end, it's all country.
It's All Country. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American Farm Fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, Farm Fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
You're listening to the best of Morning Juice. Now with Extra Pulp. Don't choke on it. The Fan. Ohio sports destination.
It's coming from the Associated Press. Los Angeles, California. Thieves got away with $30 million in cash from a money storage facility in Los Angeles by breaking into a building on Easter Sunday and cracking the safe inside. Now detectives are seeking to unravel the brazen cash heist, reportedly one of the largest on record in Los Angeles. Police Commander Elaine Morales told the Los Angeles Times, which broke the news of the crime, that the thieves were able to breach the building as well as the safe where the money was stored. The operators of the business did not discover the massive theft until they opened the vault. Media reports identified the facility as a location of GardaWorld, a global cash management and security company in Slimar, California.
So hold on, they major in security and they're getting robbed?
They major in security in transporting cash, but they didn't protect the building. So, like, they have armored cars and all kinds of stuff to transport.
It's like Brinks.
It's like Brinks. It's a Brinks, not a Brinks facility, but it's like Brinks. You're right. Cash transport. And their building where they had the cash in the vault got robbed. They have no clue who did it. Comb security footage, everything. Don't see anything. It's just $30 million gone. Poof.
Do you think they had a tiny little Asian man inside something that someone wheeled in there?
Maybe. He was actually inside the vault?
Yeah, the whole time. They didn't even know it. I mean, that's pretty remarkable.
Don Cheadle is a British lad, blew open the side of the building.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being Bonnie, being Rebel, trouble.
That's amazing.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm thoroughly impressed. They say like big time heists, it's all wire theft.
Yeah.
People want to steal your identity, get your information via your credit card numbers, your bank accounts, and just take digital currency. I give a lot of props to someone going back to the old school.
30 mil cash robbery.
30 million in cash.
That's a lot. What does that look like?
That's a lot of bags.
Well, the largest denomination is the $100 bill. That's a lot of $100 bills.
Yeah.
They have some.
That has to weigh a lot.
Like 500. There's $500,000 bills out there, but they're just surely for collection. I mean, they're worth the tender, but I don't think they make them anymore.
They don't.
So they could be in there. Like one of my friends collects them.
I think Woodrow Wilson may have been on the $1,000 bill.
I think you might be right in that. But I mean, still, the hundreds is generally the most. So, I mean, how many $100 bills is that? Like 30 million. That's
30 mil divided by 100.
300,000.
300,000 stacks. I mean, that's a lot.
Oh, my God.
It's a lot. That's heavy.
Of course
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not something you just put in your back pocket and walk out of there.
No.
My goodness.
I need to find out more. I mean, that's pretty remarkable to do it. And, I mean, you're doing it on Easter Sunday where you know that nobody's going to be there.
So this has like you said, the town feel.
We're going to rob the cathedral.
We're going to rob the cathedral a little bit like Ocean's 11. Yeah. We're going to do it on fight night when they have the most in there. We're going to pick a time. Sunday, they're going to have a ton of cash in here. No one's going to be there. It's going to be Easter. We're going to get them.
Well,
do you think that the movies are pretty accurate, that they've got the security laser beams that you have to.
I'm sure they have like motion stuff. I don't know if there's actual lasers you put down. You spray the fog on them to see them.
What's the movie with Sean Connery where they're going through?
The Rock?
It's not The Rock, but what's her name when she's like dancing through the lasers?
Zeta-Jones.
Catherine Zeta-Jones is like dancing through the lasers. The Night Fox also does that in one of the Ocean's movies where he's like doing that. The
That's
third
12
one,
or
13.
is that 13? The Night Fox, yeah.
I think Tom Cruise had to do that in one of the Mission Impossibles.
Well, yeah, he's hanging there over top.
Yeah. And he's got a sweat bead that he doesn't want to have to drop.
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
Think about all these premeditated robberies. I mean, that art robbery that happened in Boston all those years ago. I mean, that was on St. Patrick's Day where they knew the police would be focusing on other things.
People are, hey man, they're good. I honestly hope they don't get caught. If you were able to get in and get out and get $30 million out of there, kudos to you.
Nearly 2 years ago, as much as $100 million in jewels in Los Angeles and other valuables were stolen from a Brinks big rig at a Southern California truck stop. The thieves have not been caught in that either.
What was this, like heat? They threw down a road strip and busted the tires, then went in, beat up the guard. I'm just trying to figure out how these things happen. I mean, you see it happen in the movies. It usually always goes a little awry, and it's never smooth. But I mean, you're telling me you got $100 million in jewels, and someone else got $30 million in cash, or maybe it's the same people.
It could be the same people. We don't know. Jim McGuffey, who's an armored car expert and security consultant, called the Slimar theft a shock, and said that any such facility, and this one in particular, had 2 alarm systems and a seismic motion detector on the safe.
Okay, so this is real.
Yeah.
I mean, so they've got like the old school drill, probably.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable that's how this actually works.
It's pretty remarkable.
I mean, they made $30 million. They could probably make about $250 on a documentary of this because the amount of people that would want to go see this thing, if they made a movie of it.
Nick said Entrapment. Yes, that is the movie with Sean Connery and Catherine Zeta-Jones.
But I mean, think about it. You made $30 million on this. Hey, I'll give you the money back if you don't arrest us. I'll tell you how we did it. Just give us the movie rights as we write it.
Yeah.
Because you know how many people would love to see that?
$500 million in the box office.
100%. You get some good actors in there. This plot line, that's phenomenal.
Call it Ocean's 14. Get the gang back together.
Billy and the crew.
$30 million would be light for them. They're at like $600-700 million when they do it.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows. Nobody knocks off Terry Benedict and gets away with it.
Morning Juice.
Told you to watch Aaron Brockovich the other night.
Yep.
Court loves a good crime drama. It's a true story. I was like, thinking of what we could watch, and Caleb was kind of lobbying for Happy Gilmore. He's only seen the beginning. And I was like, not really that type of movie. Like, it's Memorial Day week. I go, you look like, ooh, American Sniper popped up, and then like, that'd be good. Like, it's a little slow. I don't know if like our 7-year-old will be into it. And then Lone Survivor was blowing. I'm like, yeah. I read the book in 2009. It's like, RJ, I read it the training camp the year you were born in December. Unbelievable book. Got to meet Marcus Luttrell. He came and spoke to the team when everyone was here. Phenomenal American. I'm like, it's Memorial Day week. It's not just a day. We're going to celebrate this bad boy for the whole week. And so we put on Lone Survivor. I'm going to be honest, man. That was a full day's work emotionally.
Yeah.
I text Bo afterwards because he was, talking about what his boys should watch, this and that. And I'm like, this is a true story, man. I go, the guy who is alive, I go, what do you, or he goes, they all die. I go, well, it's called Lone Survivor. What does lone mean? Well, one. I'm like, yes. So one dude comes out of this, and watching that, and then they show the pictures at the end, and it was overwhelming to kind of see and watch. And so we get done, it's like 8:15. And I'm like a run out. Because maybe I think as you get older and you have kids, it hits a little differently when they're showing the pictures of the families and the guys talking about everything at the end. And you're like, gosh, those kids now are probably in high school, if not college, and they grew up without their father who, gave their life in service to our country. And I was like, Lone Survivor or American Sniper's coming. That's a little longer. And I'm like, you know what other movie's good is Black Hawk Down. I'm like, I said, you know what? RJ's like, let's watch that. Because we were talking about the helicopters. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I have that in me right now. I'm like,
I'm spent.
Those are 3 true stories that I don't, even if they were fiction, they would be hard to watch. But the fact that they are true stories, those are once a night deals, big dog. I cannot double up.
We need to reset here emotionally.
Dad's gonna have a little drink here, and we're gonna go upstairs. Your mom and I are gonna watch an episode of The Chosen. She's gotta shift back to neutral. It's 9:15, 9:30. We're gonna go to bed. Maybe tomorrow night we'll fire into Black Hawk Down and dive into that whole.
It's a full day's work.
It really is. But it just, you want to watch some movies with your kids and like teach them about some different things. Like, you want to learn about Memorial Day, buddy? This is what you learn about Memorial Day right here. And some of the great service members that ultimately gave their lives. And honestly, gave it not even defense of our country, but we're giving them for each other. As I forgot, and I knew one of the Chinooks gets shot down, and like they showed the second one, and they're pulling, their firearms, the SEALs on the pilots, be like, land it down. They're like, no, we just lost one. We can't lose another. And they're like, no, they're down there. Like, and just the passion that they have for each other and that connectivity is truly remarkable. So, going to maybe watch a second one tonight, Beam. So I don't know if I'll be making it into work tomorrow.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Innovation is at the heart of every Polestar car, and their electric SUV, Polestar 3, is no different. From the intuitive infotainment system to its head-turning design, Polestar 3 is for drivers unwilling to compromise. That means merging a spacious, luxurious interior with the torque and handling of a sports car. Visit Polestar Columbus today for competitive lease offers and book a test drive for Polestar 3 at polestarcolumbus.com.
Hey friends, Beamer Carp and Shark here for Morning Juice, and it's all gravy here this weekend on FanDuel, which means that you're getting a feast of rewards all week long. You're already stuffed with all that turkey. Now you're going to be stuffed with NFL games. And right now, all customers, you can get a no-sweat NFL same-game parlay to celebrate the occasion. Just place a 3-leg same-game parlay, and you're going to get bonus bets back if you don't win. Thursday, Bears, Lions, Giants, Cowboys, Dolphins, Packers. Bob, it's a fiesta of football.
Same-game parlays, Beam, they're the perfect way to combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payday. Build your own SGP or choose from one of the popular SGPs pre-built in your FanDuel top-rated sportsbook app.
So what are you waiting for? Start your feast now with a no-sweat same-game parlay on America's #1 sportsbook. Just visit FanDuel.com/juice. FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 and older and present in Ohio. Opt-in required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max wager $5 unless otherwise specified. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great. You get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch. Under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course. We're talking turkey. With event pricing and the credit approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Max Bankman, I'm the new doctor.
Welcome aboard the Odyssey.
ABC Thursdays.
This ship is heaven. We're tending to our passengers' dreams. I'm in.
From 911 executive producer Ryan Murphy comes a splashy new drama on a luxury cruise ship with Joshua Jackson and Don Johnson.
It's your job to keep everyone alive.
She's in VFib. 1, 2, 3. Clear.
I have a pulse.
You're going to be okay.
Dr. Odyssey, Thursdays, 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. You're listening to the best of Morning Juice. Yep, they're too hungover to do the show. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
So the Oakland Athletics are a mess.
The Oakland Athletics, they're the best.
Well, I mean, it's a recreation of Major League.
They took the Major League script, And they're like, listen, this is how we're going to operate our team. As poorly as humanly possible. Play the sound. Get it in here. Give them a story because it's so good.
The A's are leaving Oakland, all right? We know that. That's been a big hullabaloo. They've tried to...
There are 1,600 people that were at the game are disappointed about it.
They tried to stay in Oakland. They had like 3 or 4 different ideas for new stadiums.
The best part was the Raiders allegedly left Oakland because they were going to build the A's a new stadium and not them.
And the fact that Mark Davis hates the A's owner should tell you something about the ownership of the Oakland Athletics and is very upset that they're following him to Vegas. Like, is not going to help them in any way, shape, capacity. So the A's
probably work against.
The A's stadium deal is up at the Coliseum after this year. All right. So they're a man with no home. Like their deal in Las Vegas and their new ballpark is not going to be done until what? 2029, I think. I mean, so that's
2028.
2028. So 4 years away from
No. They said they talked to the good folks over at Qatar. They've got some workers, some migrant workers they're going to bring in
for the World Cup.
Yeah, those same World Cup workers, the ones that didn't die, they're going to ship them into a new desert to have them work 24 hours a day and sleep them in storage containers.
So they're going to play 3 years, they announced yesterday, in a minor league ballpark in West Sacramento before making the move to Vegas.
Is this the same ownership group that owns the Phoenix Coyotes?
It's a good point.
I mean, I feel like
there's a lot of bad owners in sports.
They've grabbed some of the best stuff that we've heard.
By the way, too, here's an update for you. Austin FC fans very upset at Anthony Precourt. Who would have ever seen that happen? It's like he doesning care about the fans. They're all up in arms on Twitter. I'm like, man, that's a real shocker.
We got our team.
Yeah.
But did you want the team?
Yeah. They're saying to Precourt now, sell the team. They haven't been in existence for 5 years.
That's when that's the same thing. Beam is like, hey, you know what? This guy's taking your wife. You know what? Go ahead, have her.
Yeah, sure.
She'll be you don't know what you're missing out on. Oh, I know exactly what you can have her now. You got Precourt, you wanted him, you got him.
The agreement with Sacramento is a 3-year lease with a team option for a 4th season in case the team's planned ballpark on the Vegas Strip is not completed in time for the 28th season. The A's will share. Heirs. Yeah, that's I guess a Freudian slip that is coming to truth because they are really bad. The A's will share Sutter Health Park, which holds roughly 14,000 fans. They won't even be able to sell that out. Maybe in Sacramento, I don't know. With the Sacramento River Cats, the San Francisco Giants AAA team. So that would be like the Guardians or the Reds making a new stadium and them playing here at Huntington Park.
No, it would be like the Reds building a new stadium and playing at the Huntington Park where the Guardians play because it's not even their own minor league affiliate.
Yes.
Which, by the way,
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not even playing.
While the Reds are then moving to I need to name your city.
Okay, so the
Reds moved to Nashville, and then they're going to play in Columbus for 3 years. That would be what this is like.
The A's AAA affiliate, I looked this up yesterday. It's tremendous. They, who is their minor league? The Las Vegas, okay, you know where their minor league affiliate is? The Las Vegas Aviators. They play in a nicer stadium in Vegas, which, by the way, is where they're moving. So does the AAA team then move? Do they move to Oakland? Is it a switcheroo type situation?
Good question. I've never heard of a minor league affiliate being in the same city as their major league affiliate.
Hey, double your pleasure. You get everything you want. But there's
they probably didn't do that because the A's are so bad that it would have soured the taste of them in Vegas. That the city would have been like, these guys stink. We're not going to go when the new ballpark opens.
You should see the Las Vegas Aviators Stadium. Look it up. It is substantially nicer than the Oakland Coliseum. I mean, I looked at it yesterday.
Oh, it's beautiful. Got a pool in there.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, it's like a nicer newer Huntington Park.
Yeah.
Like, how in the heck is the minor league team playing in a nicer place than the major league team?
It is very nice.
It's ridiculous.
So here's the kicker on this. John Fisher, who's the owner of the Athletics, yesterday had a press conference in Sacramento. He's super pumped about being able to take over the stadium.
We're excited to be here for the next 3 years, playing in this beautiful ballpark, but also being able to watch some of the greatest players in baseball, whether they be athletics players or Aaron Judge and others. launch home runs out of this very intimate, the most intimate ballpark in all of Major League Baseball for the next 3 years.
Audible laughing in the back. There was audible laughing. So come watch our players hit home runs. Maybe
theirs.
Maybe theirs. You know, we'll be sure to make sure you're entertained. It's like coming to a show. You know, do you really care who wins or loses? No. But did you have a good time? That's what we're all about, Shark.
That's like when Precourt owned the Crew. All the Crew's media stuff was like, come see David Villa and New York City FC when they travel to Columbus. It's like, that is a bad marketing strategy. Nobody comes to see the other teams, unless it's Messi. But nobody is coming to watch the other team play.
It's because they're just having
excited to watch. Come here and watch Aaron Judge launch grand slams as we lose 15-1.
Off our guys.
Off the guys that I'm paying a $14 million payroll.
We'll make sure we have our worst pitchers going when Aaron Judge is here. You want to see Shohei Ohtani hit home runs? Come on over here to the A's.
That guy is an embarrassment to all of Major League Baseball.
Morning Juice.
What were the old wine coolers called, Bob? The pink ones? Not the Zimas. I think the Zimas came back for a little bit a few years ago.
They did. Well, they've always been made in Europe, and I was talking to my friends up at Superior Bev, and they were saying, like, you could get them over there, but they don't sell them in the United States. Like, you're telling me I'm going to have to fly to Europe and smuggle these bad boys back in? Because they're the only drink I know, Beam, that's a few degrees cooler.
Bartle and James.
Bartle, oh, yeah.
Bartle and James.
Speaking of SSC, you roll up to the club with a Alizé off the bus with the Bartles and James. So that's... as we talked about the night at the Roxbury being the skit that went on about an hour too long, that would be like if they took the Lonely Island Boys and made a movie of the creation of the Lonely Island Boys.
I don't need that.
No one needs that. I just need to see multiple videos in succession of them. That's all I really needed, you know. I didn't need any more than that.
I don't know if I've ever had a Bartle and James.
Well, they're still out there, I think.
Yeah, you can get them for $5 for a 4-pack.
You know, I think would like Bartles and James? Your grandma.
Oh, 1,000% she would. I'm sure she's had many before.
Why don't we plan on getting her those for Christmas? A little sixer with a bow on the top.
Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. If I can find them, I would definitely buy them for her.
You've got time.
Maybe I just haven't been looking. Like maybe they're there.
Probably have just, it's an oversight, Beam. You're walking right by the Bartles and James.
I saw a Sunny D seltzer the other day.
Come on. Yeah. Wait, Sunny Delight?
Yes, literally, Sunny D makes
with alcohol.
Makes alcohol.
That's perfect. Just slide that right in the kids' lunch.
I want to try them.
Does Sunkiss make one too?
Slide them in the kids' lunchbox. Nobody would know. The teachers wouldn't know. Just got Sunny D on it.
So that's my brother-in-law was telling me this story one time about he would drink Monster in the morning. He really didn't drink coffee, and he would drink that and whatever. And there was another guy who's like, oh yeah, what are you drinking? And then he'd tell him Monsters, and he's like, oh, I picked up this. Was it an Amped? Or something like that. But
okay, like a energy drink?
But it was one of the ones that had the booze in it.
Oh, like a Four Loko?
But it wasn't a Four Loko, but it was something like that.
But now you can't put the caffeine in the alcohol because like original Four Loko, like when I was in college, that's banned now.
Well, exactly.
It's a blackout in a can.
You can put some in there, just not the levels. You can't have it like 16% alcohol and 150 milligrams of caffeine, which to me, I don't know.
Double Red Bull.
Where's the losers in that?
And 11% alcohol.
You know what that is? That is basically like jet fuel for your body.
I think it is jet fuel.
I mean, is Capri Sun going to launch a adult line? Here's the thing. Like, you've already got the built-in client base. You can just transition them to adulthood. Hey, for all the adults out there who still like to pack their lunch and still like to have a good time, try Capri Sun seltzers. All your favorite flavors as kids.
They come in the bag. Yeah. There's the straw is the same. It's the same setup.
Hey, maybe, you know what? You can even get a jumbo bag. Good for sharing. Put a little slap the bag. You put them in a box.
Put it in a box like Franzia?
Absolutely.
God, sounds great.
The Capri Sun bag now in a box.
Solutions for institutions. Look at us making $1 million ideas.
What do they call that, Beam? The family size or whatever, the big candy bars.
Oh yeah, the family size.
Made for
which nobody shares.
Made for sharing.
Nobody shares that.
And that could maybe be you. Here you go. Here's a 40-ounce box. Here's a 40-ounce box of Capri Sun, family size, great for sharing, or just drink it all yourself.
My grandma the other day, This wasn't this last weekend, but I was down there a few weeks ago. She was drinking just like amaretto on the rocks. Like, that's too much.
No sour?
No sour, just straight amaretto. Oh, you're awesome.
That's amazing. It's like Michael Scott. No one likes bittersweet chocolate. Who wants something that's bitter? Just give me all the sweet.
I'll take a Scotch and Splenda.
That's great. Good for her. Does she drink Scotch and Splenda?
No.
I was going to say.
So she likes a 7-7. I know that. I mean, that's what I don't think I've ever seen her drink straight whiskey, but they did take her out for a birthday dinner last week. This was during the week, and they went to some Mexican restaurant. They put the hat on her, and they were singing to her. She was having a great time. And then at the end, I mean, she did the tequila shot. Like, they gave her a shot.
Gosh.
And she just decided, you know what? All right, perfect. I'm just going to get on here, and I'm going to take this thing down. It was pretty impressive.
Gosh, and she's 90?
Yeah.
Hitting down a raw tequila shot.
She was 89 at the time.
Well, but turning 90. She's 90 now.
She is 90 now.
She made it through the tequila shot. It probably elongated her life. All these people that I always see on Instagram, man. What's the secret to life? They tell you this
2 Guinness a day.
And then they have at the end, like, I drink a 3-ounce glass of Scotch or a couple of Guinness. They all have, like, their own elixir every day. Like, they say it, look at you, because all the friends that probably told them, you shouldn't be drinking every day. It's going to kill you. Like, yeah, outlived all you. Yeah. I've been trying to die. This is the only thing propping me up.
Stu on the chat says, Diane Beam legend. I don't know how you know my mom, but that's terrifying. Joe said,
everybody knows your mom, Beam. Hey.
Joe says, need a Zima with a Jolly Rancher.
Yes. Well, that was the key. What flavor of Jolly Rancher do you want to put in it? The Zima was really like choose your own adventure.
Depending on the flavor of the rancher?
Yeah, you'd get the bag of Jolly Ranchers, and then you'd be like, do I want watermelon? Do I want a green apple? Maybe a strawberry. I mean, I don't know if you want to go with the lime. That might be a little different, but there was all grape. People love the grape, but you drop that in there. And so instead of having to buy, when I was younger, potentially not of drinking age, and you'd want to make sure you're buying, it was tougher to be able to get all of these different things. So you didn't want to take these massive orders. So Zima was like, hey, that was like going to the movies now, where instead of you telling them what drink, like, I just want to drink. And you go there, they got 47 different types of flavored Sprites.
The freestyle machine.
Yes. The Zima is the freestyle if you get the Jolly Ranchers with it. I mean, that's the marketing gimmick that they should have. Hey, here's a case of Zimas and a pack of Jolly Ranchers. Go to town, folks. Build your own pathway to the gutter right there.
Aaron says Sunny D seltzers are amazing. They taste exactly the same way as they did when we were kids.
I don't know if that's good or bad. We're in the process of eliminating flavored Zins around Columbus so the kids don't chew.
Let's use an alternative. Hard alcohol Sunny D.
I told you, where's Capri Sun at? Put it right in the bag. Pop that guy in there.
He then just follows out and said, try a shot of Screwball, which is peanut butter flavored whiskey, followed by a pickleback. Sweet and salty palate tastiness. Jeremy, I think probably with the best one, he said, yeah, whatever flavor you feel like barfing later.
Check out Gasolina from Puerto Rico, an adult Capri Sun. Outstanding. Thank you, Phil Watkins.
I'm going to have to Google that in the break. You hop in the chat on our new YouTube channel.
Jeremy. The chat's the best part, folks. Yeah. We appreciate all this. You want to interact? Mm-hmm. Hey, the choose your own adventure. It's whatever flavor you feel like barfing up later.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Looking for your next Subaru? At Byers Airport Subaru, we give you options from start to finish. Browse and shop entirely online from the comfort of your home at ColumbusSubaru.com or stop by and visit one of our friendly brand specialists just by the airport.
During the Subaru Share the Love event, buy a new 2025 Subaru Forester for 4.9% for up to 72 months, and Subaru will donate $250 for every vehicle leased or purchased this month.
Your journey starts at Byers Airport Subaru. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Forester. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 12/2/24.
Hey Columbus, Caden Curry here, Ohio State student-athlete for Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. I've had to be versatile my whole football career. Of course, I'm a defensive end, but I've also played special teams and even played fullback. Whether I'm blocking or tackling, I've got to be ready for any job out there, which is why I love the versatility in Kubota's BXB and L Series tractors. There's no task too big or small with Kubota tractors from Green & Sons. Visit greenandsons.com today, or stop by their stores in Mount Sterling and in Raymond, north of Marysville, and get yourself a Kubota tractor that works as hard as I do.
Make some space. Wendy's new mushroom bacon cheeseburger is entering the chat for a limited time only. Savory roasted mushrooms, crispy bacon, melted Munster cheese, and creamy garlic spread, all resting on Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef. We know not everyone loves mushrooms, but let your mouth do the thinking here. It's a tasteful fusion, unlike anything you've sunk your teeth into. And it's coming from Wendy's, so you know you're getting flavor's worth in every bite. But if you want to ignore the happiness just because you think you don't like mushrooms, we won't stop you. We'll be here, hanging out with the new burger in town. For some mushroomy, bacony goodness, gotta be Wendy's.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
There's nothing like having Common Man and T-Bone resting on your bosom.
Oh, for someone with no breasts, you've done very well for yourself.
Gross. Pick up the latest T-shirt in the fan store or pick up merch from a show you actually like. We even have Ohio State and jacket stuff. Head to 971thefan.com.
Toyotathon is on. The perfect time to shop for a new SUV. With more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else, like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through December 2nd, get any new Highlander or Grand Highlander with 5.99 APR financing up to 72 months, including hybrid models, with $1,657 per thousand borrowed. Subject to approved credit through TFS. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning eternity band, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer. Or maybe you're looking for that perfect engagement ring or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at DiamondsDirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
As we sit down to Thanksgiving meals this year, let's be thankful for the committed, caring public school educators who have dedicated their lives and careers to helping every student reach their full potential. No exceptions. Their contributions to our communities should be celebrated every day, and they should feel your support and respect all year round.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Let's take a listen back to when we were awesome. You're listening to the best of Morning Juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You're a big horse guy. I told a fun fact about me. I'm terrified of horses. I like watching them race. I think it's fun. I like them from a distance. Up close and personal, they're horrifying.
So you'd be a horse who'd be on the outside. You wouldn't like getting in there with the mud in your face and surrounded by other horse bodies?
Correct.
So you talked about a filly winning it. Shark, I'll ask both of you. Do you know who and when the last filly was to win the Kentucky Derby?
I do not. I know it's been a while. There's only been 3 in the history of the Derby.
I thought it was recently.
Has it been?
In the last 10 years.
I'm going to say it's a negative ghost rider on the last 10. Right. It may seem like that to you because you're older, Shark.
I don't know the name of that filly.
You want to guess a year?
2005.
Well, it wasn't in the last 10, so I'll say 2008.
I love that you said it was recently, Shark. It was Winning Colors in 1988.
Oh,
yeah.
That's almost 40 years ago.
Yes. So Yeah, she ran in the gray with the white blaze on her face. Good-looking horse. Fantastic. So, yes, 1988, last filly to win. Last Triple Crown winner, Beam.
That was just a few years ago. What was the name of the horse that did it?
Come on, Shark. Dig on through. There's been 2 in the last 10 years after going like 40 without one.
They were like 2 years apart, right?
3.
War Admiral?
No.
War Admiral. War Admiral was back in the 30s.
American something.
Well, you're close.
Royal American?
No, American. It's combined with the Egyptian, Shark.
American.
Royal Egypt.
American.
Cairo Eagle.
Pyramid. No. American.
Oh, Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
But that wasn't the last. That
American
was
Pharaoh?
American Pharaoh was 2015. These were both Bob Baffert horses, by the way.
He's not going to be there this weekend.
He's not. He's going to be in the box with AJ, I think. What was the 2018 horse? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Gosh.
What was it?
Go ahead.
Rich Strike?
No. Justify.
Justify.
Yes. So, so Justify. And so you were talking, do you know what the fastest time ever? Did I ask you this yesterday, Sean?
Yeah, it's like a 159.7, isn't it?
0.4.
0.6, I think.
0.4, 159.4.
Okay, you're correct, Shark. I'll give you that.
Say it with confidence.
Oh, well, I mean, it's like, who's got the most rushing yards in history? That's an easy one.
Okay, but who, and that horse was what, Beam?
War Admiral.
No, Beam.
Secretariat.
Yes. All right, so here's what's interesting.
So who was the jockey?
Seabiscuit. Toby Maguire.
Steve Coffin.
Toby Maguire.
Hey, man, my horse racing knowledge is very low. I like it. It's cool. I watch it 3 times a year, unless there's an extra 4th where we go down to Keeneland. That's it for me. I like the pomp and circumstance, but I'm not getting into the weeds on the horse racing.
Do you know who the Grand Marshal was for last year?
Jack Harlow.
No.
Oh, man. That was a couple of years ago.
3 years ago.
That was when he got lifted because he didn't want to get his Versace boots dirty, and he had 2 dudes lift him up over the track.
Last year's was Martha Stewart.
Oh, I love Martha.
How about that?
Her and Snoop Dogg, good friends.
Yeah, I've heard that. Okay, what do you know what the longest odds ever were?
Well, Rich Strike was 80-1 a couple of years ago.
Yes.
I feel
before
like
that it was significantly longer.
Really? Like 100-1?
91-1 in 1913 by Donna Rail.
Okay.
So we've got that. But here's what's interesting, Shark. So, like I was saying, and I talked to AJ about this a little bit. So in 1973 was when Secretariat won. Fastest time ever. The only time to ever crack, the only time to ever crack 2 minutes. Northern Dancer hit 2 minutes on the nose. Not Private Dancer, Shark. That was a place you used to go.
Tiny Dancer?
Across from the Lennox. Tiny Dancer, also another great place. Great song. Northern Dancer hit 2 minutes in 1964. But since then, no one has hit 2 minutes or broken it on the nose. I mean, you have 202, and this is regardless of track, whether it's sloppy, heavy, whatever. So if you look, Usain Bolt has the world record for the 100 meters.
And the 2, doesn't he?
He might. We're just gonna do one race.
Okay.
By the way, Monday Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mark, and that was in 54. And who knows what they're running now, like 3:50s or 3.5 minutes, I guess, or something like that.
Not 3.5, but it is like 3:40s.
Yeah. And so I think that's come down 20 seconds. Now, obviously, that's a mile, and that's humans. So I like the 100 meters better. So Usain Bolt ran a 9.572. Okay, I guess if you adjust for wind and everything else, you're getting a 9.58. Okay, 9.58. He broke that. He owned that. That is his world record. That was in 2009. So you go back and look at something that was around the 70s, like Ben Johnson, who was the chemically enhanced fastest man of all time. Remember that, Shark?
Oh, yeah.
He broke the record.
Like an 88.
88.
That was like the dirtiest race of all time,
Yes.
right? And that Olympic final.
Yes. And then afterward, he ran a 9.79. Carl Lewis ran a 9.92. Then after, so the world record then reverted back to him after that. Carl Lewis had a 9.93. But if you go back to, let's say, 1968, which is fairly comparable, 73, with Secretariat. People were running a 9.95. So you're telling me over the course of about the same period in history, you're able to drop like almost 0.4 a second in 100 meters, and nobody has run faster in horse racing since 1973.
Well, the interesting part of that, too, they had to train Secretariat different than they're training these horses now.
I thought Bob Baffert was giving these horses all kinds of steroids.
The clear or the cream?
Exactly, both. But last year, apparently, someone with steroids peed in the hay of his horse or whatever. And that's how he
ate the tainted meat like the Tour de France racers. Yeah.
He ate the tainted hay.
I took Grandpa's medicine.
Yeah, peed like 80 gallons of steroid and fest. I go, who was this guy? The 120-pound Latino dude that's working the stalls who, peed 8 gallons of anabolic urine onto the deal? Like, is that what is on the hay? Is that what we're looking at here? Come on, man.
It is shocking that no other, it has never been done.
You're talking 50 years, Roger Bannister, that was in 54, but you're telling me you can drop 20 seconds off the 100 or off the mile, and we're dropping 0.4 off the 100 in the fastest horse race when we're supposed to be pumping these things full of steroids?
Swimming records get broke like every Olympics, too.
Hey, put more steroids in the horses. Let them go. Let's see how they can ride. AJ goes, what were these jockeys, 100 and 200 pounds? He's like, was I riding these horses? How is this possible? He goes, well, what's what he said back in the day. He goes, what were the jockeys were they lighter? Did they have hollow bones? I mean, just trying to figure this out. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't. We just had a marathoner go, 2 hours?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
He basically sprinting a 4.5 minute mile for 26 miles.
Exactly. And you're telling me that the fastest horse ever ran was 50 years ago? 51? That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't.
Not at all.
Maybe it'll be broken tomorrow.
I thought we had better training, better steroids, better food. I don't know. Makes zero sense to me. I thought they breed the heck out of these things.
And the prices have gone nothing but up either.
They're breeding these horses. They put tiger blood into them now and cheetahs and all kinds of stuff.
I thought that was a question that Caleb asked you.
Exactly.
How do we crossbreed them?
Can you put tiger blood into your body?
You can.
Kill you, but
you'll probably not have a very good time after that.
I don't think I'll turn into a tiger. This isn't the island of Dr. Moreau over here.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply.
Football is built on tradition, and so is the Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With a lifetime powertrain warranty on every vehicle purchase, you know you're getting a relationship that's built to last. Need service? Our Carvenience service takes care of everything, from picking up your vehicle to dropping it off when it's done, leaving you with a rental car in between. And with 4 dealerships and a collision center, Hinderer Motor Company is your one-stop shop for all things automotive. Visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is 1 weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
Remember how that little girl in Poltergeist was in the TV? Yeah? Well, she's actually dead now. It's quite sad. Anyway, watch your favorite fan shows on your TV by subscribing to us on YouTube. Search 971 The Fan. Do it now.
Okay, name? Occupation?
Great. You get a brand new Kia for less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia. Is
that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With event pricing and the Credit Approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sportsbook is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check the kickoff time first before showing up at the stadium.
What? This lot's full already?
Final score of today's game.
You said kickoff was at 3. It was last week.
That's not how it works, Bob. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
It was so good the first time, we just had to shove it down your ear hole again. This is the best of Morning Juice on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
You were bringing up the 100-game runs with Tiger versus like Arnold Palmer, and Arnold Palmer over 100
events.
100 events. He won 5 major wins.
This was Arnold. Tiger had 7 major wins, 36 wins,
and like 74 top 10s.
74 top 10s. Arnie had, in his best 100 event streak, Arnie had 31 wins, 71 top 10s, and 5 majors.
Yeah, which is, both those are crazy.
Yeah, like I would argue that Arnold Palmer's best 100 event run is one of the great runs in golf history. Like it's as crazy as it sounds, it's underrated for as highly as we rate Arnold Palmer.
Yes, and what's wild is that Tiger went over there and said, "Hold my beer, throw a couple more wins on there, a couple more top 10s, and 2 more majors." Yeah. And we were talking about Tiger, and it's where all he's won. And when you were like 10, 11 years old, the point where like the question on sports media every week was Tiger versus the field.
Yeah.
Where is he going to be?
Bob, it was, we'd come home
won
from
here
church.
5 times, won at Firestone 8 times, won at all this place. You said he never won at Riv.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned the fact to Shark that, as a joke, that Phil Mickelson has never won a U.S. Open. He's finished second 6 times.
I think 6 times, yeah.
And there's a couple times at Pebble Beach, never won there, which was essentially his home course. And then I brought up the fact that I'm glad you said that, Bean, because it got me thinking on a auction package that my lovely wife bid and won for her father-in-law, or my father-in-law, her dad, to play Spanish Bay, Pebble Beach, and what's the other one? Spyglass.
Yeah.
Look at me naming all 3 of them, Beam.
Look at you go.
Pro.
Holy moly.
And the fact that still hasn't been used. And
wasn't that a couple of years ago that was purchased?
We're approaching the 2-year mark. And so that's got to get used here
shortly. Why don't you go out there?
I don't want to go out there. I went to California 3 times last year. That was plenty for me for the next decade. I don't have any desire to go back, and I really don't have any desire to fly over 2,000 miles to go play golf somewhere. And, of course, it's going to be incredibly difficult.
That you'd have to walk.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
You have to walk at Scioto. That's my biggest thing now.
Right. They did make it walking.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly...
Get an exemption from Joe Flow. You'll be
I could probably qualify for one, but the fact that I'm in better shape than probably 90% of other people, but I have medical issues that probably would allow me to qualify for that. And if not, I would hire Tanya Harding's ex-husband to come pipe my leg so that I wouldn't have to walk it. I'd rather ride in the car with a limp.
Jeff Gillooly.
Whatever his name is. I'd rather be riding with a limp than walk and be healthy.
Come on, Bob. It's not golf without walking.
I walked my ball.
Yeah, see, I would.
You know what? I give that. People could say that, like I said, I always have this isn't a political statement. Watching Donald Trump drive up on the green to get out and putt a ball, that made me feel good.
That is a major note.
It made every superintendent in the country pull their hair in.
Yeah. You don't own your own golf course.
I guess when you own it, you can do whatever you want.
If you can't do it, you can't afford it, Bean. Right. Drive right up this more like a game of polo. You know, I'd be willing if I had those jet packs that I saw Bubba Watson flying around on.
Those hoverboard things.
But believe me, there's times where I've parked my golf cart and realized I'm so close to the ball and I parked on the left side, so I've got to actually move it out of the way.
Yeah, always parking on the right-hand side.
Because I'm so close to, if you're playing with a lefty, who wants to do that?
Don't play with lefties.
But I've played with lefties before, so I pulled up
split them
on the right. I'm like, this stinks. I got to get out and move it because I parked so close because I didn't want to walk very far. Cart path only, terrible.
There is something to be said about a nice golf walk, but there is also something to be said about a 95% of the time taking the cart and having your beverages.
All my stuff? Where do I hang my Bluetooth speaker? Where do I put all the beverages?
Put it on the caddy.
You know? Where's
for an extra fee, they'll carry everything for you. I remember double bagging at Muirfield.
You need a second caddy.
Double bagging at Muirfield, we'd have 2 bags on our shoulders, and then if it was, we would have to establish pretty early, and usually you could...
And the cooler.
Usually you could tell what kind of a round it was going to be by meeting the people, an hour and a half.
Do they have a beer in their hand at 9 when they were starting
Correct.
off?
And usually it was an indication like, how is this round going to be? Is it going to be serious? Is it their first time playing Muirfield? Are you nervous? Like, you would kind of scope them out and figure what you were getting yourselves into. And I'll never forget, there was one round, and I think it may have been an outing, so everything was paid for. Like they had a bar set up, Bob.
Perfect.
I think it was hole number 1, and then after, between 5 and 6.
I got to get a part of this thing.
They would there were makeshift bars out there where they would have.
I ride a bike while you... I got a little e-bike, and my son's got to ride my e-bike.
What about one of those rascals that you find at the grocery store? Just get one of those and, one of those scooters.
Yeah.
It'd be good to go because that's got a little basket in it. And I remember talking to the guys before we were getting ready to go out, and it was, again, some big media outing or whatever. Not a media outing, big corporation outing. And so I'm talking to the guys. I'm like, oh, man, excited to have you out here. We're going to have a fun day. And I'm carrying these guys' bags, and it was too heavy. I'm like, I gotta change these out, or we got to take some stuff out, whatever. And we get out to hole number... We get out to 5, all right? And it just starts monsoon. Just absolute monsoon. Okay, and so the closest point of shelter, if you're not on 5 tee box, but you're on 5 green heading up to 6 tee, is that bathroom all the way in the corner by 6 green, 7 tee box, like over there. So these guys see just carts that are, that you take to get to the shotgun start at. So they take the carts to the bathroom. We're carrying their bags to the bathroom to, kind of hunker down in place. And it's the hardest it's rained in, I don't know about years, but the pond started flooding immediately. This is before they had sub-air, before they could suck the water out of the golf course. And so we get to the bathroom, and we're just soaking wet. We're not really thrilled about the situation, but the guys made it better. And I think the statute of limitations is probably up on this. This was 12 years ago or so. I was still in college. The guy, obviously, you're not supposed to be driving the golf cart anywhere when it's thunder, lightning. Everybody's off the golf course. So the guys who were at the bar, who were tending the bar at number 6 tee, had left. They had gone back to the clubhouse, but they didn't take the beer and the alcohol or anything with them.
That'd be a lot of work.
The one guy in our group decides, he's like, hey, do you guys want anything?
Yeah.
I'm going up to get something. We're like, what are you talking about, man? It's a torrential downpour. Peels out.
Don't be deterred.
Peels out, takes the cart, takes it to the bar, pulls back in with 3 bottles of whatever, some mixers, and like a cooler full of beer.
I brought the bar to you.
He gets up there and he comes back, and we're in the opposite bathroom because like we're let them do their own thing. Like you caddies, you're not even supposed to realize
fraternizing.
Basically, like don't fraternize with the employees. And so he comes in, he's like, hey, do you guys want to party with us? And we're like, yeah, sure, let's do that. And then they called the event like an hour and a half later. I had to sleep it off like 3 hours in the caddy lounge. I'm like, I'm not in a good space right now.
Usually have to hump this bag around.
So that's the golf that you want.
Yes. I mean, that's it. With maybe an e-bike, it's all good. But yeah, we need to get that. I need to get that plan. I put that, you know what that happened, Beam? Got on the to-do list right there.
Did you just write that down?
Yes, I did. I wrote it down.
Bob, you're such a fitness freak.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
Walking is not exercise.
Sure, it's exercise.
When I'm your age, it will be. Until that point in time.
Walking a golf course is definitely exercise. There aren't flat golf. Well, there are, but.
Yeah.
If I'm playing golf, If I'm playing golf, I'm playing it to play golf, not to exercise. Those are two separate. It's a recreational activity to me.
Did you listen to Steven Scullion today?
I did.
And what has you juiced?
You know
Did
what?
you ever listen to David Goggins? Do something you don't like.
Right.
It's just a slow. You know what I'd do? I'd take both those packs and I'd race you to from tee box to pin every time. That
there's
is
a sport
exercise.
for that. It's called speed golf.
Yes.
We had members at Muirfield that used to do that. Used to take their bags and literally sprint from tee box to ball. Like, I mean, they'd finish a round if it was a golf, just them running the golf course, probably in like an hour and a half. Running tee to green on every shot.
Kind of like a beer mile where you chug a beer at the tee box, sprint it, go hit your ball, boom. It's not how many strokes it takes you to get there. It's time.
Right.
That would be the golf
that
would
F1,
be actually
like a F1 PGA hybrid.
Yes, exercise, Shark.
You know, on the Sunday of any tournament, if there's an odd number of golfers, there's a guy that plays by himself.
I know Tiger teed off here one time. Someone dropped.
I mean,
play with a marker. Yeah,
go around in 2 hours and 10 minutes, 18 holes.
Yeah.
How about the lucky guy?
If you're going off by yourself, it means you're also non-contention because you were the last person.
And that's why you're not spending 30 seconds looking over every putt. You're just getting the heck out of there.
Get your paycheck and leave.
How about the guy who's the luckiest guy in the world, who's a member at Augusta, and then if that happens at the Masters, gets to play with the pro who draws himself as the odd man out. And I saw on the PGA Tour this week, they have an odd number of players, and I believe Nick Dunlap, the guy who just won as an amateur, right? He's playing by himself, which I don't understand to the life of me why you can't just add another player into the field. I don't get that at all.
Well, they're going out in threes, right?
They're going out in pairs this week.
Oh, they're going in pairs.
Yeah, they're going in pairs.
All right.
And Nick Dunlap is an odd man out. I'm like, just add one more player to the field.
Don't question Beam's golf knowledge.
Yeah.
Well, no, normally on Thursday and Friday, they go out
three ways.
Yeah.
If the sound of another man slammed against plexiglass turns you on, you've come to the right place. Proud to be your home for Jackets hockey. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hi, Timmy Hall here with Ohio State student-athlete, defensive tackle Hero Canoe.
What's up, everyone? Let's talk about something special this holiday season. Nationwide Children's Hospitals Light Up the Lawn campaign.
Join me and Hero and become a hero yourself when you donate to support Nationwide Children's Hospital. The moment you donate, the butterflies on the lawn light up for patients and families to see.
And not only that, with every gift you are supporting life-saving care and research. Join us in making a difference.
So please, give now at nationwidechildrens.org/give.
You might not consider yourself a tech expert, but you can still protect yourself from online scammers with McAfee Total Protection. From fake delivery text to bank alerts, scams are everywhere. That's where McAfee Total Protection steps in. McAfee will help keep your devices and identity safer and your private info private. Visit McAfee.com/online protection and get up to 79% off award-winning online protection. This Black Friday Cyber Monday deal won't last. Offer ends 12/4/24. That's McAfee.com/online protection. Cancel anytime. Terms apply.
Common Man and T-Bone here for Hollywood Casino Columbus. Hey, Bone, did you know the sportsbook is now called ESPN Bet?
I did, and you can watch your favorite teams on the biggest screens, place your bets, and grab some wings with an ice-cold pint.
Maybe you're too boring and don't want to go to the casino. Good news. You can keep the action going and place your bets on the go with the ESPN Bet app.
The ESPN Bet Sportsbook is your 50-yard line ticket to odds, point spreads, and over-unders.
It's the place to be. Losers must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Looking for your next Subaru? At Byers Airport Subaru, we give you options from start to finish. Browse and shop entirely online from the comfort of your home at ColumbusSubaru.com or stop by and visit one of our friendly brand specialists just by the airport.
During the Subaru Share the Love event, buy a new 2025 Subaru Outback for 2.9% for up to 72 months. And Subaru will donate $250 for every vehicle leased or purchased this month.
Your journey starts at Byers Airport Subaru. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Subject to credit approval. Financing offer term up to 72 months on 2025 Subaru Outback. Cannot be combined with any other incentive. See dealer for details. Offer ends 12/2/24.
When you have the lowest prices every day feels like Black Friday. That's why Bob's is unboxing incredible values every Friday in November. Oh, no, not a boxing match. We're unboxing unbeatable values for your home. We're talking beautiful bedroom sets, feature-packed power sofas, dining sets, pop-up sleepers, decor, and more. All at wow-worthy prices. Now you're getting it? So check back every Friday for a new unboxing, because every day is like Black Friday at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American Farm Fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, Farm Fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.
You're listening to the best of Morning Juice. Now with Extra Pulp. Don't choke on it. The Fan. Ohio sports destination.
Shark and I were just yelling at each other during the break. So I did some research on my own, which is always a scary thing to do. The Columbus Blue Jackets, so they're at home against the Penguins coming up Friday. They have not won in Pittsburgh since 2015-2016. All right, it is a grand total of 17 straight losses that the Blue Jackets have had in Pittsburgh against the Penguins. And Shark was just, what question did you ask me?
You said the Blue Jackets' best record against any opponent was against Toronto.
It's one of them, yeah.
And I said, do you think there's any team that the Blue Jackets have an all-time above 500 record against? And you said 8. And I said, there's no way.
Well, that was a wild guess. That was a wild guess.
That was a reckless guess.
It was a reckless guess.
Furthermore, I'm going to say this. If you are 10, 8, and 6 against a team, that's not a winning record.
Okay, let's go. Let's break them down.
10, 8, and 6. That's not above 500. That's 10 and 14.
Losses. That's 14 losses. All right, it's a good point.
24 times, you won 10.
I wasn't including those games, so that's why you were yelling at me. So let's break down the list. All right?
All right.
The Blue Jackets have a winning record against the Calgary Flames.
What's the record?
You've played 67 times. You're 35, 24, and 8.
All right, that's one.
Okay. And then it takes me a while to find another one. You have a winning record against the Wild, but you have 7 overtime losses, which would then get you 3 games under 500 against them. Moving down the list a little bit, the New Jersey Devils, you were 28-19 against them in 51 games played, 3 overtime losses.
All right, that's 2.
That's 2 right there. The Flyers, 51 games played, 27 wins, 18 losses, 3 overtime.
Okay.
3.
There's 3.
Okay. The Florida Panthers, 51 games played, 26 wins, 20 losses, 20 losses, 5 overtime losses.
26 and 25. That's 4.
The Sabres, 45 games played, 26, 15, and 3.
It's 5.
Okay. Now here's where it gets interesting, because I don't know if I can find another one on the list.
Honestly,
the Maple Leafs, 40 games played against, 2019, 0 overtime losses ever against the Leafs.
Oh, there was one tie, I guess.
There was one tie.
All right.
So that's above 500.
What are we on, 6?
Yeah, it's on 6.
How do they have a tie?
We used to have ties in the NHL, Bob. They played a 5-minute overtime, and
then it was just a tie?
Yeah. Probably the first 6-7 years we were in the league.
Do you count 20 and 20? That's 500. Because the Canadians, you played them 41 times. You were 2016 and 4, one tie. So that would be 2020 and 1.
Yeah.
2020 and 1 tie.
Yeah. I'm not going to
at or above 500.
Yes. So that would get us to 7?
That gets us to 7.
All right.
At or above 500.
So 6 is above 500.
And then the Vegas Golden Knights, you've played them 12 times. You have 6 wins, 5 losses, 1 overtime loss. That's 6 and 6. That's 8.
All right. That's
so there's literally 8 teams that you're at or above 500. 6 you're over 500
since your inception.
Listen to this.
I'm going to be honest. That was way higher than what I would have thought.
The most recent expansion team, the Seattle Kraken, in their expansion season, their inaugural season, we beat them twice in overtime.
Okay.
They've beaten us 5 straight since then.
Jeez.
So we're not doing well even against an expansion team.
You know what's amazing?
Yeah, but the expansion rules are so much better now for them.
What's amazing, though, is you look at these schedulings, like in the different teams that we have winning records against, Beam, like the Florida Panthers, they've won a cup.
Yeah.
Like since the Jackets been, so these teams have been bad, but they've also had like some really good spots. Now the Maple Leafs are the only ones in there that you could say haven't had that great success. But a lot of those
above 500 against the Golden Knights. They won a cup.
Really?
Yeah, it's 6-5 and 1. 6-5 and 1.
But I would rather be below 500 against them and won a cup. Like that's the point of this, is the Jackets have never had that peak of like even getting into a
When's
conference
that gonna
final.
happen? When do we think that's going to happen?
Probably not this year.
Do you think you'll be alive to see it happen?
To see a cup?
Even a
Sir,
conference finals?
I've got a question for you. Which team do you have faith in breaking the curse first? The Guardians, the Browns, or the Jackets? How would you power rank these 3?
I'm going to take option 4 and go with the Buckeyes.
Come on, Cavs. Got to make it happen.
What do you mean?
No, you can't.
My teams.
No, those
Browns,
3.
Guardians, Cavs,
we've eliminated
Buckeyes,
the Buckeyes.
and Blue Jackets.
Buckeyes
Those are
they have a winning record, I think, against everybody but Michigan, and they're working on that.
Yeah, it's no joke.
It is. You might be in that state of mind.
The first team to win a championship
out of those 3.
The next team in my lifetime will be your Cleveland Cavaliers.
Okay, they're not on the list.
They're not in the
either,
selection set.
because they're actually competitive. I want one of the teams right now, and they tried. The guards are good.
You're going to say Guards, Browns, or Blue Jackets?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which one? How would you power
That's
rank
what I'm
the 3?
saying. We're not giving you an easy out on this.
And why are the Browns last?
Exactly.
You got to give us one. Shark,
the Browns have a worse chance than the Blue Jackets.
Shark, I'll ask you, it doesn't have to win. Can make it to a championship.
Well, I mean, the Blue Jackets have never been higher than an 8th seed. They've made the playoffs, 3 times? They've been an 8th seed 4 times?
You get the hard teams out of the way first.
Then, okay. What am I wearing today? Guards.
There is, I mean, for
World Series champs 2047.
Okay, so the next
I'll
part
be
of that
87
question.
years
So the
old.
Blue Jackets and the Browns will not have gotten to a championship game by then.
Certainly not the Browns.
Would you would you rather die before any of those teams win, or be on the all Jello squad at MCL cafeteria at 5 to the point where you might not coherently know that they've actually
2047,
won?
that's 23 years away from right now.
Yeah.
So you would
Put your money on the
87.
Guards.
You'd be 87?
Yep.
You could enjoy it at 87.
I would.
My
I
grandma's
would.
90. She's yelling at the TV about the refs, about Ohio State football.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be alive at 87, just to have a
How old are your parents,
feeling
Shark?
about that. My father died at 64,
Yes, you got that
Now,
going for you.
I will say this: he smoked 4 packs a day, so that might have had something
You don't
to do
smoke, but they used to let them. They used to have smoking in the strip clubs, so that probably offset you not smoking.
Just secondhand smoke I inhaled.
Yeah, when they blow it in
what
your
about
face.
How do the non-smoking smoking partitions work in restaurants?
Yeah.
I don't think they did.
My mother is 87. She's still kicking,
and she's still watching the Guards.
Yeah.
So split the difference. You know, I mean, there you go, right?
I don't know how to work Peacock on the stream or what TV channels they're on, but
no, we have to go over there and change their clocks for daylight savings time because they don't know how to do that.
It'd be amazing if you didn't change it.
My microwave still says, "Oh,
but instead of spring forward, you actually went back an hour. Then you'd be off by 2.
It's 87. That's pretty good.
Who would you rank second then?
I don't know if
between the Blue Jackets and the Browns.
There's a salary cap in hockey, and, well, I guess there is in the NFL too, but I have no faith that the Browns can ever win a Super Bowl.
What makes you say that?
Get there.
Because they got to the AFC Championship 4 times and stubbed their toe every time.
They were in the divisional round and had a 3rd and 14 for the Chiefs. And let Chad Henne
Yes, it was Chad
Henne scramble and go pick one up.
That was tough.
I remember that one. It was brutal. So you're going to go with the Guards is probably the safest
Guards
choice.
1, Jackets 2, Browns 3.
But the Guards have been to a bunch and haven't won one. They've been to a couple.
Right. At least they gave us some hope.
But the Browns have, I guess they haven't been to the championship. The Guards
have been to the championship plenty of times, but not the Super Bowl.
You know what I'm saying, Shark?
I do.
I mean, they had the champagne in the suite ready to go.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
Guards, I would say, is the safest. Between the CBJ and the Blue Jackets,
Well, the Guardians have only been around a couple of years. So,
yeah, exactly.
So they've had a pretty dynamic start.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan.
This is Ryan Krieger, and at Krieger Ford, we know life's busy. Let us handle your car care. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or have our technicians come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today, only at KriegerFord.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The holidays are here, and let's face it, it's easy to put on a few extra pounds between the parties, the food, and the stress. But this year, do something different and try semaglutide from Affinity Whole Health. Semaglutide is a game changer for weight loss. It'll help curb cravings and keep your energy up so you can tackle the holidays with ease. If you're thinking about TRT or already on it, they work together for amazing results. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com. That's feelgreatcolumbus.com.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived. The only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com, and use promo code JUSTSPORTS to get a welcome bonus up to $100. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. If you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Make some space. Wendy's new mushroom bacon cheeseburger is entering the chat for a limited time only. Savory roasted mushrooms, crispy bacon, melted Munster cheese, and creamy garlic spread, all resting on Wendy's fresh, never frozen beef. We know not everyone loves mushrooms, but let your mouth do the thinking here. It's a tasteful fusion unlike anything you've sunk your teeth into, and it's coming from Wendy's, so you know you're getting flavors worth in every bite. But if you want to ignore the happiness just because you think you don't like mushrooms, we won't stop you. We'll be here, hanging out with the new burger in town. For some mushroomy, bacony goodness, gotta be Wendy's.
Reichert Chevy's dealing in Dublin.
$2,500 low price guarantee.
With our lowest prices and 72-hour exchange policy, you can't buy the wrong car. Shop hundreds of vehicles at ReichertChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive. At Reichert, we're dealing.
Are you ready to unleash the beast?
Monster Energy
Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
Harry Douglas here, and if you're constantly on the go like I am, then earbuds are a priority. That's why you need Technique's new noise-canceling AZ80s. Like you, these buds work as hard as they play. You'll get Technique's legendary high-res audio, along with state-of-the-art noise cancellation, so you can stay in your zone. Visit us.techniques.com/sports for special holiday deals on the AZ80s today. That's us.technics.com/sports.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. You're listening to the best of Morning Juice. Yep, they're too hungover to do the show. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Check with Ohio State Athletic Director Gene Smith. Gene, thanks so much for the time, sir. I mean, what does it feel like? We got 1 month left to go here in this thing as summer's coming to an open. Thanks again for the time.
Oh, no problem. It feels great. Feel really good about the transition. Ross has transitioned really well, so I'm going to do the best I can to help him throughout the month of June and then transition out.
So I was thinking about this the other day, Gene. When you've been at someplace so long, I've been fortunate enough to be here with kind of 3 different Ohio State head coaches. Jim Tressel for the first part of your career, Urban Meyer for about 7 years in the middle, and then Ryan Day about the last 6 years. So it's almost kind of divided into thirds. As you look at your career, I mean, and I know you'll have more time for reflection once you get done, but just the different unique challenges and where college athletics were in kind of those 3 different segments.
Yeah, Bobby, it's just so different. Tress is so iconic and was so successful in what he did at a time when, we had so many rules and regulations in place through the NCAA, and it was just a difficult time. And the student athlete was different. The ecosystem we served was different. And then when Urban came in, he had a different style, as you well know, a totally different style. And the transition occurred with our institution, where we became more selective in our admissions and, academically became much more challenging for our academic profile. And so Urban embraced that and did a good job of recruiting really academically talented kids. And then, Ryan is just at another level. He's probably faced the most change in the system during his tenure when you add in COVID. And where we with NIL and where we're going now with rev share, he's had to probably manage the most change. So Jim and Urban, we're in a steady time frame, frankly, from a governance point of view, but Ryan's tenure has been a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, you got thrown kind of into the fire with the COVID thing, and then NIL a couple of years ago. Gene, transfer portal too was in there. Now rev share and everything that he's going to have to deal with. Like, I feel like every year it has been a monumental change as we're kind of getting through the landscape of college sports now and coming out the other side and how it's going to look in the future. What kept you getting out of bed in the morning? I mean, what were your days looking like here? I mean, what got you to come back for so long? Because I feel like at one point, I mean, everything was kind of going crazy. You stuck through the fire. What kept you coming back?
I just love higher education. I love the student athletes. As Bobby knows, I spent a lot of time, just going to practice, being around meetings with all sports, not just football. And I just loved it. I loved being around the kids and being inspired by them. I always saw my opportunity as creating an environment for our coaches and our support staff and our student athletes to be successful. And that meant making sure I tried to stay in touch with them. Because I couldn't assume that I would know what our student athletes would want, so I needed to be around them. So I that's what kept me getting out of bed every day. And every day I was inspired in a different way. And I just loved it.
You know, regrets are an interesting thing, and not that you would have any of those, but I always say as you look back on decisions, you know, when you have a nearly 20-year tenure, there's a lot of things you do good, some things you maybe wish you would have handled differently. Is there anything like over your career, not that you regret, but just maybe a change you maybe wish you would have made sooner, or something you maybe would have pushed more, or anything as you kind of reflect back that, hey, if I knew what I know today, I would have maybe acted a little differently?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, 2011 with the NCAA case that we had, we could have done some things differently. And as an institution, not just me, but a collective decision-making process, we could have done some things differently. That one I think about often. And then obviously with Urban and Zach Smith, I could have done some things differently around that. I don't necessarily agree with the suspension outcome and how it was handled, but at the end of the day, Urban and I could have done something differently. Bobby, most people don't see the things that really I have regrets about. I wish that, we could have put in place more sports psychologists earlier. Mm-hmm. People don't know the number of suicide attempts that we've had. And that piece, it kind of bothers me that we weren't as aggressive early on. While we were with Oklahoma, the first schools that actually had sports psychologists on staff, and our numbers have grown. But I wish we had started that earlier, because we had some cases that our experts could have helped us with, and they're doing a great job today.
He is Ohio State Athletic Director Gene Smith with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. To you, what do college athletics look like, Gene, 3 to 5 years from now?
Oh, boy. I wish I had that ability around that corner. That crystal ball. I'd go to Vegas. But, I've always been a proponent that student athletes should receive as more compensation. It took us 7 years just to get cost of attendance added to the scholarship model. And I was a proponent for NIL, which is why I was probably selected to chair that committee. But I believe if they had passed the rules and regulations and guardrails that we have put in place instead of stripping them away, it might have been managed differently. But I believed in NIL, and I still do. So revenue share is going to bring a little bit more structure to it. I do believe in 2 to 3 years from now, we'll have clarity. It'll be over this next 12 months or so, it's going to be still rocky. But I believe that there will be clarity. It'll be a new model. There will continue to be separation. And schools will differentiate themselves based upon how they embrace this change and respond to it. And so you're going to have, more separation between a lot of different conferences and schools over time. And I'm not sure what that means. But I think there'll be a bigger difference between a lot of schools.
Gene, and I know you've been intricately involved and you've been a proponent of a lot of those things, the NIL, the revenue shared. They're obviously you're a proponent of it, and there was people that were not in favor of it. Do you feel like this segregation among schools should have probably happened sooner, and that was maybe the biggest issue with trying to get some of this forward-thinking legislation passed?
Oh, no question, Bobby. When you have the different missions and the Division I is just so big. It's so big, and it's defined by basketball playing schools, and those schools set the rules. And football's different. It's a different beast, and we needed to recognize that early on, and we didn't. And while there is a structure in place to try and deal with football in a different way, and the NCAA structure is just moves so slowly. Cost of attendance, for example, was one of my biggest frustrations. And the old scholarship model was antiquated. We needed to add miscellaneous expenses to it. And it would get voted down all the time because schools couldn't afford it. And I get that. But I was at Eastern Michigan. I know what that budget is like. But, Ohio State could afford it. And we did. And so could other schools. So it was just too big. It's unwielding. Too much differences between missions. And so I think you're seeing that now with the SEC and the Big Ten collaborating more and bringing along the Big 12 and the ACC. And that's just going to be reality as we move forward. And we need to embrace that and recognize that that's a positive thing for those 60-plus schools. And those schools who want to participate at that level can do so. Yes, you're hitting on a main point.
All right, final one, Gina. We appreciate you spending some time with us here, and hopefully you enjoy your final month here as athletic director at Ohio State. And I guess the final question kind of centers around that. You held this job for a long time, and I've talked with Ryan about this. There's certain jobs, I think, in America that to have a respect for the office, you almost have to have been in that office. You obviously have the president, I think, being a head coach at Ohio State, governor, athletic director at Ohio State. Unless you've sat in that chair and had to make tough decisions, it's really hard to kind of have that perspective. Advice moving forward about how to handle the role of athletic director at The Ohio State University.
Oh my God! First, you got to be totally self-aware. Emotional intelligence is huge in that seat. You need to understand your strengths, your weaknesses, and your help. Let others help you with your blind spots. So that's one. Then things are going to come at you fast, so pause. Don't overreact, just pause. And use all the intellectual knowledge around you. You got support staff, coaches, people at the institution, people in the community. Take advantage of that. And then lastly, just make sure you take good care of yourself. And Bobby, I work out all the time. I think it's important for the person in that seat to be as healthy as they possibly can, and that allows them to be on top of their game. And it's a 24/7 job. It's particularly when you got 36 sports and you run all the concerts and all the bookings of a lot of facilities. You got to be almost everywhere. You got to kind of be like Brutus. So you need to make sure you're in good health.
Whatever you're doing right now, just know that Bo Bishop is enjoying a sip of bourbon. Even if this promo is playing in the morning, no judgment.
Sweet morning drinking.
The Fan.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with Hank and Sam from the Ford crew. Today, a new shipment of inventory.
Hank, what's going on?
Another hauler full of new Ford trucks and SUVs, Sam.
So much SUV capability. Is that?
Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 47 years. And a big selection means...
Big savings?
Yep, which means...
It's the best time to buy?
Well done, Sam. And time for America to get holiday ready with Ford.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY Industry reported total sales.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island. We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or been with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply.
At Take 5, we're faster than you think. That means we'll change your oil and have you back on the road faster than it takes for your fancy designer half-calf, heavy cream, no-whip, mocha latte to get cold. Just sit back and relax while our fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
By the time you're finished listening to this Pepsi Zero Sugar, you'll be 15 seconds closer to kickoff. Stock up now. Bengals game day is so close, you can almost taste it. Bengals watching. Better with Pepsi.
Here's a quick listening guide. When something's on the fan, it's on the station you're listening to right now. If I say something's on ESPN Columbus, it's on 1460 AM and the Fan's HD2. When in doubt, stream it on the Fan app. Thank you and good night.
When you have the lowest prices every day feels like Black Friday. That's why Bob's is unboxing incredible values every Friday in November. Oh, no, not a boxing match. We're unboxing unbeatable values for your home. We're talking beautiful bedroom sets, feature-packed power sofas, dining sets, pop-up sleepers, decor, and more, all at wow-worthy prices. Now you're getting it? So check back every Friday for a new unboxing, because every day is like Black Friday at Bob's Discount Furniture.
Okay, name? Occupation? Great, you get a brand new Kia. For less than lunch, under $5 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Is that a turkey?
Of course, we're talking turkey. With event pricing and the Credit Approve-a-thon.
Wow, and new Kias are less than lunch?
Yes, under $5 a day. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV6 Wind, and Sorento LX. All three under $5 a day.
Wow, that's only $139 a month for 24 months.
Plus new 24 Kia Telluride LX under $8 a day.
$249 for 24 months.
He just got an EV6 with 0% financing.
Lucky goose.
Turkey.
Turkey, right. But I'd never get approved.
If you've got a job, you ride.
You guys are great.
Great cars, great people. Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus.
GreatLakesKia.com.
GreatLakesKia.com.
You're such a ham.
To qualified buyers, visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Enroll at healthcare.gov by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Let's take a listen back to when we were awesome. You're listening to the best of Morning Juice. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Pretty surprising news out of the NFL yesterday. Now, we were aware that this could possibly happen, but once it got through Monday, we maybe didn't think that this was going to be the case. But Mike Vrabel fired in Tennessee after 6 seasons in charge there. Now, went 13-21 in the last couple of years, 41-24 in the first couple of seasons. AFC South won that a couple of times, got his team to the AFC Championship game. A lot to like about Vrabes. And, Bob, that was the surprise card that we were all thinking that, one of these is going to happen, and that was the big surprise coming out of the NFL coaching vacancies that Mike Vrabel fired down in Tennessee.
It was rumored that could happen. Yeah. I didn't think it would actually come to pass. If you look at Mike Vrabel's tenure in Tennessee, he's been to an AFC Championship, made the playoffs a lot. I know his first 4 years were much better than his last 2. I want to say 21 losses over the last 2 seasons if I'm spitballing that off the top of my head, but they finished the season strong. The players really like him there. Mm-hmm. the fans in the city really like him there. You know, they just hired a new GM, and maybe he wasn't as involved in that as he would have liked to have been. And I don't know what here's the thing about Mike, too. Mike's not pulling any punches. No. So if they went in there and said, hey, what's the plan? How do you like this? How do you like this setup? Well, this is not going to work, or this is what we need to do, or I don't like this person, I don't like that. We've got to change this, we got to change that, and figure it out. He's going to be blatantly honest with them of how he feels, because he knows that he's good at his job. He knows his worth, and he knows he'll be able to get another job should he want one this season. I would imagine he'll be fine. You know, he was there 6 years. They had a lot of success, and the reality is, like, you gave him a team with a young quarterback to transition from Tannehill to Levis. You traded A.J. Brown. Like, you've gotten rid of a lot of the best players. You're trying to go through this transition process to remold the team. And so, yeah, you were going to have some down years, but it wasn't like they bottomed out and were 3-14.
Right. We're competing for the number one overall pick in the draft.
They beat the Jags when the Jacksonville when they had nothing to play for, and if Jacksonville wins that game, they win the South.
Beat them pretty good, too.
Yes. They were in control of that game. You know, the players love. My dad went down there last year, he went down there this year and then a couple years ago, my mom, and my dad was blown away. Talked last night to him about this. Like, it's like, they're firing Vrabel. These guys love him down there. It's like the players love him. You can see, like, the fans, all the city, like, they all love Mike Vrabel. Like, nobody's clamoring for his job.
Yeah.
It wasn't like there was some, fan base that was pushing to say, we need to make a move. We're stuck in, the mud. We can't get over the hump. Like, no, he's done a really good job there, and everybody understood the roster constraints that they had. And I think that he's pushed him in the right direction.
I do too, and I thought it was pretty surprising. Now, the way that the Titans handle this business, I thought was pretty fascinating. I saw Albert Breer tweet this out yesterday, and we'll have him on here tomorrow, about 25 hours away from now, around 8:05 tomorrow morning.
25-hour tease.
Yeah, the old 25-hour tease. Put that sucker in a sous vide bag and let it cook for 25 hours. So the Titans' social media handle just tweeted out, interview with Amy Adams Strunk. Now, Amy Adams Strunk owns the Tennessee Titans.
Yep. It's Bud Adams' daughter.
Yep. So apparently this was just a conversation. Raves walked into her office talking about, the future and what this was going to look like for the Titans. And at the end of that conversation, she said, all right, well, you're relieved of your duties. Like, it was a solo decision basically from the owner.
That's what I'm curious what Mike said. Yeah.
And Albert tweeted this out. Honestly, this is pretty weak. Titans owner Amy Adams Strunk fired Mike Vrabel in a one-on-one meeting. It was her decision alone, yet she sends her GM out to meet with the media and only talks with the team website. They meet the GM and put the GM out there. He'll take all the bullets. Me, I'm going to sit here with, I'm sure, a very, very curated question sheet to answer me that have already been pre-approved.
Well, yeah, when you're the team website being right. He's employed by the Titans. And what's amazing is Tennessee just got approved. The Titans did for a new stadium. It's going to be a retractable roof, going to be right off, built in the parking lot of the new stadium.
Going to look sweet.
Stadium. It's going to be awesome. Nashville's a great host city. They're going to get a Super Bowl. They're going to be in the college football. I guarantee you the CFP rotation. What bowl game is in Nashville? Is that the Libert? No.
I don't know.
Music City Bowl.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to try to elevate that thing with how this new deal is, to try to get that in there. But anyway, it's a great city. They're going to Final Fours. They'll have everything there. And part of that, when you have to go to the city, the county and the state and everybody that's kicking in, I mean, the Titans are paying a hefty sum of this, so is the NFL. But you want to have positive vibes with the city. You want to feel like you're investing in what they're doing. They're just not building you a stadium, and that people think it's going in the right direction. They like your front office. They like your coaching staff. And Mike Vrabel aligns with all those things.
Yeah.
And that's why I couldn't believe it. He goes in there, have a conversation.
Comes out without a job.
I've known Mike to say some. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. Mike said some things. I'm like, oh, okay.
Careful down there, Swanee.
He'll give you a brush back.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to be.
Bristly?
He is just going to be brutally honest. Yeah. I mean, and underline on the brutally sometimes, because it's going to feel like you're getting beat up. Mm-hmm. And hey, what did you want? I mean, we did this. You're trading these guys. You're getting rid of these guys. Like, we've got a rookie quarterback that I'm playing in here, trying to get him ready to go. Like,
sometimes he's good. Sometimes he's not.
Inconsistency. It's young players. Hey, if you don't want to fire, go ahead and fire me. Just hang around. Like, if you don't want to Mike would say things like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's who he is. Because he knows how good he is, and you know what? He's fine. He's a very confident guy, and he should be.
He'll get another NFL job in the snap.
If people stop on social media and be like, hey, bring back Mike as the D-line coach. That ain't happening. Mike doesn't want to coach in college.
D-line coach?
Exactly. Like, you can pay him $1 million.
Acting NFL head coach that just got fired from his job and took his team to two AFC South championships.
People are like, fire Ryan and bring in Vrabes. I'm like, Vrabes does not want to coach in college. That's why he left college.
Why would you want to coach in college right now?
There's different elements to it, but there's a lot of headaches. There's a lot more headaches than there used to be. Mike doesn't want to handle that. I'm just telling you. That's why he left college. Maybe something is dramatically changed with who he is, but I mean, I've known Mike for 20 years. He's pretty much the same guy I think he was when I first met him. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not someone that's going over some great metamorphosis here. Like, he's not a caterpillar turning into a butterfly.
He's a rock turning into
another rock.
Another rock.
That's basically, yes.
That's just sunken farther down the riverbed.
Absolutely. And, one of the issues was because I don't think people thought he was really going to get fired.
I mean, it was a name that was rumored, but then as soon as we got through Monday, I'm like, he's safe. Like, there's nothing going on.
Because and then one of the questions that was asked by the Tennessee Titans website to what's her name?
Amy Adams
Strunk, the owner. And they asked her about, would you have potentially traded Mike Vrabel? Because I think there would have been value in that.
Of course.
I think people look at New England like, okay, would you want him up there? Gerard Mayo, they said, could be the heir apparent. Mike and Gerard, I think, very similar, in how they kind of go about things and stuff. But I think Mike would be a viable candidate there as well as other places.
I do too.
So he would have value to potentially trade. And she's like, well, it's a long process. We didn't want to miss out on any of the top candidates. I'm thinking, if you're fired, you better know who you're going to hire.
I almost wonder, I mean, it could have been a case like, let's see how this meeting goes. And then a half hour, 45 minutes later, even maybe shorter than that, 15 minutes later, it's like, well, we need a new head coach.
Is that because there's a personality conflict? Like, I don't like you?
I don't know.
I mean, like I said, I know Mike's not for everybody. I know some people who do not like him. I found him refreshing. Sometimes it's like getting smacked in the face.
Mm-hmm. Like taking a polar plunge in Lake Erie.
Yeah, I mean, it's refreshing. They burn a little bit tingly, but it's at the end of the day, it's going to be refreshing. So, I don't know. Like, that to me was one of the more remarkable of all the other firings. I'm like, okay, kind of expected.
Arthur Smith in Atlanta, I got it. Frank Reich in Carolina, okay. David Tepper's a madman. Brandon Staley, he's a maniac.
Like Ron Rivera, they're struggling in Washington.
Makes sense.
New ownership group. Like,
even the Bill thing, like, okay, have you reached the end of the road here in New England?
It seems like that may have run its course. So yes, all of those things, like, they all make sense. This, on its face, like, just doesn't necessarily look. I wouldn't say inexplicable, but there's a lot more questions than answers.
There's tons, and now he finds himself on the unemployment line, and I would be very hard-pressed to imagine.
He finds himself as a free agent,
Yeah, free agent. That's a better term instead of on the unemployment line. He finds himself as a free agent, and again, I would be stunned if we get through the next couple of weeks where Vrabes is not the next head coach of an NFL team. If he wants
to be. Maybe he wants to take a year off.
Yeah, spend some time with his family.
Go hang out. His boys are all older. Be him hanging out with his wife.
Go home and grunt all day.
There you go. Well, I mean, he wants to go visit like his boy Fick. Like, he's got other friends that are coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes it's like, hey, take a year off and let me go around and do things and see people that I haven't seen and I haven't got to do, because when you're an NFL head coach, really like 9 to 10 months of your year is heavily structured and you're not doing anything. You want to take a vacation, you get like 6 weeks to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like you're able to go do stuff in the winter and go do stuff here and there. Mike likes to ski. Maybe let's go ski this winter. I don't know.
That would be a sight to see Mike Vrabel going down, down a mountain.
He used to go skiing all the time when he played. It's like, aren't you worried? He's like, I get hurt doing anything. I don't care. Fair enough.
It hurt driving my car down the street.
Very true.
Seeing the way that people drive.
I've absorbed a lot of Mike's philosophies and creeds, because he says stuff that made a lot of sense.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Affinity Whole Health, the leader in testosterone and hormone replacement therapy. FeelGreatColumbus.com. The Fan.
With the new made-in-house breakfast sandwiches at United Dairy Farmers, mornings are made for you. So whether you're heading into work or working from home, dropping off the kids at school or the dog at daycare, you're in for a treat, like a made this morning Canadian bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, and special seasonal donuts fresh from our family bakery. Add a cup of coffee you can make as bold and creamy as you like, and your morning's going to be
perfect.
United Dairy Farmers Breakfast, made for you.
Make holiday magic this year with something beautiful and timeless from Diamonds Direct. A stunning eternity band, a pair of classic diamond stud earrings, something new and eye-catching from a world-class designer, or maybe you're looking for that perfect engagement ring or a fabulous timepiece. At Diamonds Direct, we have the perfect gifts for the season, starting at around $500. Come and let our experts help you pick out that headliner gift. Or for some fabulous ideas, see the online seasonal gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. You can even chat now with a virtual assistant for the ultimate convenience. Whether you connect online or in person, you're guaranteed to get the extraordinary value, ironclad warranties, and white glove service Diamonds Direct is known for. And to help make your purchase even more affordable, we've got special financing so you can spread out your payments. Get directions, details, special showroom hours, and our holiday gift guide now at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Bishop and Friends.
Just let your guys go. You've got better talent. Keep it simple, play the base stuff, and let your talent fly.
Bishop and Friends.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
Hey, Jackets fans, we know what's on your holiday wish list. Ask your Secret Santa for a Blue Jackets holiday gift pack. You'll score 2 tickets plus a Blue Jackets helmet shirt, all for just $99. Learn more at bluejackets.com/holiday.
What's better than giving a gift everyone wants? Getting free gas and groceries by earning perks on gift cards purchased at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo. Choose from hundreds of gift cards to make everyone merry at Giant Eagle Market District and GetGo.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, inviting you to come in and see our Black Friday inventory and specials. Visit us on the corner of Sawmill and 161 or visit our website, TanskySawmillToyota.com for our Black Friday specials. Offers end December 2nd, so hurry in now. And when you think Toyota, think Tansky.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog, because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail, and you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states. Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
It was so good the first time, we just had to shove it down your ear hole again. This is the best of Morning Juice on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Uncle Bo just texted me. He said, solo golf's my favorite way to play. Love the silence. I'm getting to that point now.
Ooh, I mean, it's the sound that you have when you're cutting up another human being, babe, and they're lying there motionless, dead on the table. Here's the thing about the solo golf. If I'm playing bad, I need to have someone to talk to. Mm-hmm. I need to have someone to encourage me to drink more, someone I can talk to about the music that we're listening to. I love the fact that Austin told me that if they don't allow cell phones on the course, I'm pretty darn sure they don't want you playing Bluetooth speakers. That's why I kind of led him into that, in that whole situation.
It can be a stuffy game. There can be stuffy places.
Oh, can be. There are a lot of stuffy places, and that's okay. If people want to do that, that's fine. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
That would be my purgatory. On the doorstep of hell, it would be 95 degrees outside, about 80% humidity. I'd be somewhere in the south looking at a beautiful course, but while I can feel the sweat just running down my arms, I'd have to lug my own bag, walk the thing, by the way.
Yeah.
And it would be like a course that never ended. It would be like just on a continuous loop. Like you would get back to 18 and there was just no clubhouse. It just went back to 1. And you just have to keep
like
walking.
Vince Vaughn in season 2 of True Detective.
Yes.
You're just walking through that like ether sphere.
Life is a flat circle.
Yeah.
That's what I would be trapped in, and that would be my purgatory.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's good for me. Shark, you play golf a couple times a year by yourself, don't you?
Yes, I play a lot of golf by myself. When I used to go to, should I mention the golf course?
Sure.
Raymond Memorial.
Great place.
I would play 2 balls. I'd have Shark 1 versus Shark 2.
I love it. This is great.
And then I used to go out to, there was a golf course out in Mechanicsburg that's now closed. Indian Wells.
Okay.
One time I went out there, played by myself, and I finished 18 holes in about an hour and 20, ran into the clubhouse, said, give me 18 more, and I played another hour 25 or whatever. So I got in 36 holes in less than 3 hours.
2.5 hours.
Sounds like Will Chamberlain.
You know,
I like playing by myself.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's one of life's great treasures. No, it's good, man. You get out. I mean, you always talk about self-introspection. Like there's a lot. It's a very meditative thing.
But here's the problem.
You don't ever have to mark your ball.
No, ever. Fix the ball marks in the greens, of course.
Here's the problem is that I'm going to hit bad shots and just get angry. If I want some self-introspection, let me just go sit in the woods and look at things.
Well, see, you can do that, and then Shark and I will just tee it up. Yeah.
Oh. When I hit a bad, I'm just going to be angry the whole time, and I'm not even going to have any place to displace that anger. I'm not going to be able to yell at one of my friends.
Were you Happy Gilmore?
Basically. And like I said, part of it I'd have just like a 1/4 inch left of a drink in a cup with a lot of ice. So I'd always just be finishing a watered down beverage.
That's your purgatory.
That would be terrible.
Never a full.
But I could never get like a fresh drink. Everyone would just always be like the last half.
Why does this kind of taste like spit and it's a little?
Yeah,
warm?
it's like it's a little bit like my drink, but it's really watered down. It's not getting me a buzz that at least I won't care as much.
Starting to get a little bit of a headache. Dehydrated a skosh.
You know what I don't like, Beamer, is when I go out by myself and they pair me with somebody who's by themselves or with a double. I don't like to play with strangers.
Now, see, some of the best rounds that I've ever had, like me and my buddy we would go to Minerva, rest in peace, which was one of my favorite golf courses here in Central Ohio. And we got paired with a couple of dudes, and I'll never forget this. This dude's name was Irish, all right? Like, I don't know if that was his real name or his fake name or whatever. His nickname was Irish. And we go up to the tee box. We're like, hey, man, I think the starter paired us with you guys today. He's like, oh, we're waiting on a buddy. We're like, okay, well, that's no big deal. And then he just flat out lied to us. Like, his buddy was never going to come. Like, they just wanted to play by themselves, and that's fine. And so we eventually, we caught them because we were playing rather quickly.
Waiting on a buddy.
They saw us because at Minerva, they didn't have their liquor license, so you brought your own beer.
That sounds great.
And so we would always stop at the corner of Morse and Cleveland, stop at that beer place that was right there and get like a rack of natties, like a 30 rack of natties to go over there. And so we'd put that in the back of our golf cart. And so I think by the time that they saw us with a 30 case of natties, they were like, okay, yeah, you guys can join us. And I'll never forget this. Irish hold out on a shot with a little bit of backspin on it. And my buddy goes, oh, great English on that. And he looks at my friend and goes, it's not English. It's Irish. I've had great luck of getting paired up with random people. Other than the time that I was playing in a league up in Michigan, not a league, but I guess they played in a league, but I was filling in. I'm just up there on vacation. And this one dude is having a tough time, getting off the tee box, whatever. I'm not saying anything about it. I don't know these guys. So duffs his first couple off the tee. I'm not saying anything about it, whatever. We get to the next tee box, having a really tough time getting off the tee and just doing about everything. So I hit my drive. I'm playing from the back tees. These guys are playing from the forward tees. I'm in the golf cart, 20 yards away, whatever. I'm just chatting with this other guy like I am with you, right next to him. And this dude looks over. He's like, if you talk during my backswing one more time, then there's going to be an issue. And I look at the guy. I'm like, I don't think that's the issue, man. I'm looking at him,
100%.
and I'm like, if that's what you want me to do, I'll be just deathly silent for the rest of the time. That's the one experience that I've had that I'm like, I don't think I'll be playing in this league.
You're a bad golfer that takes it too seriously.
Way too seriously.
That's the worst. Whenever I keep talking, guys, keep the conversation going. I want to be able to think about something else while I'm swinging this club. Schlegs used to drive all the way out. Oh gosh. To St. Albans.
Geez, that's a nice drive.
To Schlegs, it was, quote, just out the east side. They go, out the east side. I go, buddy, you're in Newark.
He's from Texas. Everything is bigger.
Yeah. And he would go there.
Is that Alexandria?
Yes.
That's way out there.
Yes. He would basically, Schlegs was like a lot lizard. He would just hang around in the parking lot. You didn't know if he was there for solicitation or there to find a threesome. Maybe both. Who knows what either one was doing. But he would just get paired with randoms. And he goes, it's great. I'm like, what is wrong with you? They go, who are you finding on a weekday to go play with it? He would do this and skip.
Peter, John, and Terry. They're 75-year-old, retired. They got their compensation in from Columbus Fire Department.
He would skip class. It was so great. The classes were, because he came from Air Force where it's like high school. So the classes were, quote, beam online, which means they were accessible through Carmen. Like you could, they just
and if you don't know what that is, that's an online database where, they track grades
on there. They track your grades. They can post assignments, but it wasn't like it was a virtual class.
No, you should go to those classes.
He had a room and assignment, and he would skip that in the morning, and before practice, go play golf out at St. Albans. It was so great, and we'll have to ask AJ about this because it was awesome. We know AJ's house and Nick. It was like right on the corner, 180 West Norwich. If everyone wants to know where
Meredith
it is.
Meredith lived on Norwich.
It's right there behind the Speedway, I think, like one street back, right by Thirsty Scholar.
Yeah, she lives on East Norwich.
So he would be 180 West. It was right there by the business school. It was great, but Nick would go there. Nick was at Fisher, so it was close for him, and it was right by everything. So everybody would always kind of stop. It was kind of like the friend's apartment. Nick would call me Kramer because I would just walk on. I wouldn't even knock. Like, you just walk on in, and what if something important's going on in here, like what? Are you having a meeting? Be like,
who are you guys meeting with?
If you're taking a nap on the couch, I'll be quiet. I'll keep the TV low, and I'll probably sit in the recliner and fall asleep beside you. Like that's we take team nap. But anyway, we'd be sitting there and we'd go up if someone needed to get on the computer. This was before iPhones.
Oh, sure.
Wi-Fi. You'd go up and get on his laptop or whatever in his room. And Schlegs like, hey, I got to send a quick email. So, all right, go get on the computer. And so AJ went upstairs, and then Schlegs had left and still had his Carmen up in his email. And he had went into the bathroom, which, you can only imagine after AJ telling those stories what that's like. Mm-hmm. And so AJ goes, I sit down and start looking at this email that he was writing. It's in my room on my computer. And literally it was like, Anthony Schlegel here. Professor such and such, I'm reaching out. Due to a busy schedule, I will not be able to attend your class very often. Are there any pertinent days and assignments that I need to be there for where attendance will be taken? Is there like alternate things, like signed off, like your friend, Anthony Schlegel? Like, it was so great. So AJ comes down, he reads this thing, he goes, hey, do you realize Schlegel just emailed his professor? Basically, was like, hey, I'm not going to be in your class. Tell me when I need to be there if there's quizzes or tests. And then, signed off, your friend, and it was all good.
At least he had the self-awareness to do that.
Oh, it was so amazing. So amazing.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
Innovation is at the heart of every Polestar car. And their electric SUV, Polestar 3, is no different. From the intuitive infotainment system to its head-turning design, Polestar 3 is for drivers unwilling to compromise. That means merging a spacious, luxurious interior with the torque and handling of a sports car. Visit Polestar Columbus today for competitive lease offers and book a test drive for Polestar 3 at polestarcolumbus.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime win, breakaway, pick six, three-point shot, underdog win, buzzer beater, shootout, walk-off, and absolutely every play in between is amazing. From football to basketball and hockey to baseball, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
We're back on the Nada Yada Island Confessions Show. Benny is about to tell us how he found two loves. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks to Metro, I found iPhone 12 and Apple Watch SE.
At Metro, get the perfect match of both iPhone 12 with 5G and Apple Watch SE for only $99.99. You heard that right. Both for just $99.99. Holidays with Nada Yada Yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile.
Bring your number and ID, sign up for Metro Flex Plus, and add a watch line. Not available if you're with T-Mobile or pay with Metro in the past 180 days. Limit 2 per account.
Hi, Timmy Hall here with Ohio State student-athlete, defensive tackle Hero Canoe.
What's up, everyone? Let's talk about something special this holiday season. Nationwide Children's Hospitals Light Up the Lawn campaign.
Join me in Hero and become a hero yourself when you donate to support Nationwide Children's Hospital. The moment you donate, the butterflies on the lawn light up for patients and families to see.
And not only that, with every gift, you are supporting life-saving care and research. Join us in making a difference.
So please, give now at nationwidechildrens.org/give.
Common Man and T-Bone are known for many things. And while great radio ain't one of them, shoving food down their gullets is their specialty. Join Man and Bone for Fat Boy Food Tip.
Live at 3 or on the podcast.
Your home for fat. The Fan.
With 3 days of Black Friday deals at Meijer, your holidays can go from stressful to stress-free.
I'm listening.
Buy one, get 2 free MTA Sport apparel means dream gifts go from no way to...
Hooray!
Buy one, get 2 free Carter's apparel can take winter outfits from blah to...
Ooh la la.
And $120 off Columbia men's Pike Lake vests means your holidays go from good to...
Now that's a good deal better.
Bring more good to the season with 3 days of Black Friday savings, Thursday through Saturday, only at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Football is all about scoring big, and so is Hinderer Motor Company. This is Justin Hinderer. With 4 dealerships and a collision center, you're sure to find the perfect vehicle. Plus, every vehicle purchase comes with a lifetime powertrain warranty. Our Carvenience service picks up your car, gives you a rental, and returns it without you lifting a finger. Score big today. Experience the difference and visit HindererMotorCompany.com. We love what moves you.
FX's Grotesquerie.
This killer is someone who knows anatomy.
From executive producer Ryan Murphy.
Detective, you have an entire family murdered.
Niecy Nash Betts.
The monster is out here.
Courtney B. Vance.
God knows what darkness we let in.
And Travis Kelsey.
There's no future after this.
FX's Grotesquerie. All new Wednesdays on FX. Stream on Hulu.
At the Home Depot, we know Saturdays are for college football. That's why we have everything you need to never miss a play. Like Bear Dynasty interior paint, their most durable one-coat hide paint ever. From a team color statement wall to a fan cave, complete with a mural honoring Nick Saban's 17-year dynasty.
Hey, I like that idea.
Nothing beats Bear Dynasty interior paint. It's everything you need all in one can.
Defend your game time with Bear and the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Valid only when intended to colors from the Bear Dynasty and Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Color Collection.
You're listening to the best of Morning Juice. Now with Extra Pulp. Don't choke on it. The Fan. The Fan. Ohio sports destination.
Everybody wants to be tough, but nobody wants to go through what creates that, which is tough times, which is hard. It's endurance, enduring painful and brutal situations. You know, I mean, I just saw this Nick Saban quote that we'll get into what's got you juice. But, I mean, there's discipline. There's things that you have to give up if you want to be tough. Sacrifice. It's hard. You want to be patient? You know how you get to be patient, meme? You have to wait for things. Yeah. Okay, so
I don't want to wait. I want to
teach patience. Yeah, exactly. That's what Billy does. He just throws something at you. Our kids, wait till he becomes fully
sentient.
Yeah, fully lucid, and he'll realize hey, my bottle's empty. And my daughter, it was awesome. She used to milk, and she just hammered down. It was like it was at a bar, slamming down.
Another one, but
and then my wife would turn around, and one time, I mean, like straight up like chimpanzee style. I was like, ow. And she like threw the cup and hit her in the back of the head. Like threw the sippy cup, which they're hard.
Yeah, they're hard plastic.
She's like, milk. And it's like, easy there, Haas. Like, you think that's going to get it for you?
Yes.
Patience. I know that we're like 3 years old, but you throwing your sippy cup at me isn't
You're cut off.
Exactly. It's what it is at a bar. You're done. Get out of here. Stop it. So like that's where it is. So you want to be patient. You got to work through that. You got to develop it. You know, it's hard. So, calm seas does not a skilled sailor make. The smooth sea doesn't produce a skilled sailor, whatever. But he was saying that. I was like, oh, gosh, it's hurting me right now. Because it's such, I think, an important quote of understanding, what life can be. And hard times produce hard people, which is good. You want to be a little bit callous beam. You don't want to be like a smooth hand that's all lotioned up all the time. Like
at the right times you do.
So my son was trying to get, we have some, I have a ton of Nike stuff. I was with Nike for the overwhelming majority of my career when I was playing. And with that, they give you, they used to give you some cash and merch. And by the end, like it was just giving, merchandise out. So they give you, however many dollars, usually a decent amount in store credit. You go on your website, you can purchase it all. And so I used to buy just about everything on there. I mean, I've got enough Nike shoes that I don't know if hopefully I don't have to buy any more shoes before I die, unless I really want to. Maybe a dress shoe here or there. But they had Cole Haan, so I got a lot of Cole Haan dress shoes too with that. But I also would buy like some workout stuff, some different things like workout gear. I know stuff has changed. It's been almost 20 years since all that. But there's some weightlifting gloves that I had in there. I think my wife, Courtney, bought them on there. There's some for her, and she bought some for me. She's like, do you want to wear these? I'm like, no, I don't want to wear weightlifting gloves.
See these hands?
She's like, exactly. She goes, your hands are so rough. I go, exactly. It's a sign of somebody that does a hard day's labor. Okay? I don't want to have soft hands. I have now it's like once I got done, and this is more recent, I have a soft job. I want to have a job where I shake somebody's hand. If they actually work for a living, they'll have some decent level of respect for me because there's calluses on there, which know that I've at least held something in my hand that's provided that wear and tear that's hardened it.
No limp fish?
No sweaty fish, no dead fish you're throwing in there. A hard, firm handshake with a calloused palm. Okay, anybody can respect that. So my son, who saw the gloves, he's like, "Hey, can I lift with those?" No. That's that. You know what? You get an extra set for even asking. All right, no more of that. No more. He knew better after that.
Get on the ground.
Like, I'll let you wear. We just got a brand new bar because I had to make him start hand cleaning down in the garage because he was about to pound a hole in our floor, starting to get too big. And I was like, dude, it's a brand new bar with neuro. You can wear the gloves only during that because I know what that's like.
Rip your hand.
It's one thing for him to be callous. It's another thing for him to be bloody. I don't need you bleeding all over the place and everything else. So you can do that. My daughter, I don't know. We'll see. She hasn't earned the gloves yet. As a girl, that might a woman, there might be a little bit more. My wife was proud. She's like, I got one little callus one time. It was mostly where her ring was kind of hitting her finger. But I'm like, that's better than nothing. I don't mind it. I don't need your hands to be like rough like mine. Like you've been driving fence posts all day, but I mean, some happy medium in here. You can wear gloves intermittently. You can lotion. I use zero lotion, and because of that, people are like, your hands are cracked. I'm like, no, my hands have found a way to create their own moisture. I'm not going to moisturize them and give them that out. If you want to stay uncracked, you know what? You guys start producing some moisture in here. Take care of it yourself.
I should look at my hands.
There didn't used to be lotion and people were fine. So we're going to be good with this.
So we're going to be good.
I don't need to smell like Jergens all day, Beam.
Morning Juice.
I was watching the Ohio State-Michigan game the other day, and it brought back the basketball game. It brought back a memory from RJ, my oldest. He's in 8th grade, and we were watching the Ohio State-Michigan game, and I think it may have been after the game. He was going to get a lift in, or maybe it was like the Friday before, but it was around there.
The football game?
Yeah, the football game. And this was a couple months ago, and I just completely forgot. It slipped my mind until I watched Ohio State play Michigan hoops last weekend. And he's going to go work out. We got a little workout area in our house, and he's like, Dad. And sometimes I'll go in there and spot him, whatever. I've coached him up on how to lift, so he's good. He's safe. We got a little camera in there in case something happens. But he likes, I got to lift by myself. I'm like, all right, man. Well, I'm going to spot you on some, but be safe. And he was like, Dad, you're not going to come in there today. And I'm like, why? He goes, because you're going to hear some racist things being said. I was like, Wait a second, bud. What's going on here? I'm going to need to ask a hard follow-up.
They're teaching at school.
Well, so I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I hate those people from Michigan. He's like, I'm going to be saying some bad things about them. I'm like, so racist against Michiganders. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know if that's how that works, buddy. I'm like, maybe there's some other terms we could say, but I'm like, just because they're from these, like, but they're from the state of Michigan, I don't like them. I don't like anything to do with that up there. I'm like, well, that's not exactly racist. We're going to have to maybe dive in and peel back some layers. Things I don't know if people from Michigan would define themselves as a protected class. You know what I mean? It's an eclectic group of individuals, but it was funny just listening to him say that and him being so angry. I'm like, that. At first, I was highly concerned. I'm like, that's not how that works, dude. So all that came like rushing back this weekend. I meant to talk about it earlier this week, and finally by Friday, I was able to like rattle it out of my head, the mothballs, and spit that out. But that was a little entertaining story of my son. Like, whoa. Okay, yeah.
They've had some dynamite lines over the last couple of months.
Oh, kids. Yeah. They've got all kinds of stuff.
You know, a Christmas miracle, one candle lasted 8 nights.
Hanukkah big dog.
That's an all-timer.
It was good. That's my kids. I'm like, I don't know if you guys, you're close, but you're not all the way there with some of this stuff.
We're on the same path.
Yeah, of where you're getting there. I'm like, I understand, RJ. It's like, it's good. You want to be hating people, but hating people from Michigan, I don't define that as racism. And I don't think that anyone else would either, by the way. So it was, it's wild, man. They say all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't even know. They were saying the amount of stuff talking about drip and fit and all this nonsense now from my kids. I can't even handle it. It's too much. Like the outfits, Dad, my fit, and like, look at all this Nike tech I got on. I'm like, that's great. Good for you, big dog.
Let me drink this Prime.
Yeah, exactly. Walking around in Nike tech with a Cowboys jersey. So my third one, Colin, either has all his Nike tech on all the time, rotates his warm-ups. And he was wearing a Micah Parsons jersey that we got him.
Sick.
Over the top. Oh, yeah, sick fit, bro. And with his little gold, like, fake gold chain cross necklace over the top.
I love that.
Then he rotates it. He had his Marvin Harrison jersey on that we got him for Christmas last year that, you know, I got him signed and everything for him. So, yeah, it's just too much all the time. I was like, buddy, you don't be eating like he was eating like spaghetti and it's a white jersey. I'm like, you don't want to be doing that, dude. That's a bad situation. You're going to get that stain. I go, you don't want to wash it too much because it's got its signature on the back, or wash it off for trying to spot treat it for tomato sauce. Come on, man. Be smarter than that.
Take it off, then put it back on.
When he gets bloody noses all the time, too.
I used to do that all the time. When the weather would change and it would get real dry.
Yeah, he's my only one. Well, my daughter, McLean, she's been getting bloody noses. She's had a broken nose and been wrestling with it. So after her match on Wednesday night, she's like jamming, those little cotton swabs up there, trying to get up to absorb the nose. I'm like, gosh, you're like, that's a tough deal. She's got like a little bruising under her eyes and everything.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Carpenter Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric, and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep your home comfortable. The Fan.
Since 2003, Wounded Warrior Project has helped post 9/11 veterans adjust back to civilian life. Through specialized programs, they begin healing their bodies and minds while regaining a sense of camaraderie. Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/possible.
Make the most of your holidays with the Kroger app. You can enjoy over $600 in digital coupons every week. Get access to low prices and earn fuel points to save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. The Kroger app makes it easy to save this holiday season. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Get big savings when you mix and match cans of Campbell's Cream of Mushroom Soup and Del Monte vegetables. They're 10 for $10 with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
When you bring Pella Columbus to your home, you get local, personal attention from an award-winning window and door crew.
Yep. Our crew is full of award winners, too.
Well, that's great, Wilson.
Yeah. Jerry alone has won the hot dog eating competition 2 years straight at the company picnic.
Well, that's not really the type of award I was talking about.
Still counts as an award.
Get the window that Columbus homeowners rate the leading and most trusted at PellaColumbus.com.
You can use your phone at a doctor's office. You can use your phone at a football game. You can even use your phone at an amusement park. But one place you should never use your phone is behind the wheel. Fines now start at $150. So remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Enroll at healthcare.gov by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
In Chinatown, nothing ever changes. I feel like I'm a background character. I think that's called being a loser.
Based on the bestseller by Charles Yu.
Police are investigating a missing woman.
Willis Wu. I'm a detective. I need your help.
Why me?
You know Chinatown better than I do.
And from visionary director Taika Waititi comes a mind-bending new series.
If you want to be a part of this, why not be the hero? In Chinatown, Kung Fu can break on any moment.
The Hulu original series, Interior Chinatown. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
Hey folks, when it comes to Christmas trees, don't get played by foreign plastic. Just like you wouldn't replace a prize QB with a mannequin. Don't replace American Farm Fresh trees with fake foreign plastic. These farm families are the MVPs of Christmas, growing champions right here on American soil. They're not sitting on the bench. They're out there every day growing real Christmas traditions. Make the winning choice, Farm Fresh Christmas trees, not foreign plastic that pollutes. Visit GetRealKeepItReal.com to find your local farm MVP.